Well, that took its sweet time. Yeah, good thing I hit the button earlier than normal. Yeah, about a minute early, but you know what? It was taking forever to load in, so probably for the best. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Xenoblade, I know. How dare I break from the normal, but you know what? We're here anyway. And there is... Well, honestly, there's not much that I want to see to tonight, because, frankly, it's been a long day. Been a fun day, to be fair, but I am dead tired. So, rather than think, I'm thinking we just go see to this. So, I've been playing a decent amount of this game. I think I've clocked in, actually, what does Steam say? I've clocked in about 11 hours with it so far. So, something that I just turn on a little bit and occasionally mess with once in a while. So, not anything too substantial, but still, it's been a fun time. So, I may as well show it off. Just for fun. And just as something different since it's my birthday today, so I am officially an old man by internet standards. Hooray. Or depending on your perspective, well, we are. So, anything I need to see to in chat before we carry on? Let's see, just... Alright, so your trooper's making fun of me for being an old man, but even though he's technically older. And I can't play Marvel Rivals due to my computer not being stronger? Huh. Interesting that you're running into that, because I'm running this through Linux, with compatibility tools, and assuming I'm not recording, I've got this running at 4K ultra-wide. Huh. Curious that. I kind of want to... Well, part of me wants to show that off, but then again... Oh, hang on, did I get some drop frames? What the hell? Why am I getting drop frames? Alright, let's see if hitting the reset button does anything. Oh, it looks like we're good. Did it recover? Maybe? Maybe. Weird. What's that? Huh. Is this even gonna be viable tonight? I haven't seen that on this computer yet. Jeez. Well then, well, no way to find out if it's gonna hold without just jumping right into it, so... Alrighty. So I'm gonna do a practice round, quote unquote. Then I'm gonna jump into the Discord server. And may as well talk with all of you, whoever's there.
All the difference.
Also let me know how the audio is, because I dropped the game audio down to half and bumped down the desktop audio a little bit as well, so in theory, everything should be fine and dandy, but I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Freedom's an idea that will never die.
Alrighty. Let's see, are we gonna get a decent team? Looks like it. Nice. Alrighty. Wonder who the sixth is gonna be. How are you all doing tonight?
Never forget who you're fighting for.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Audio's good so far? Nice. Alright, we'll see if it holds once we're actually trading blows, although...
You look like you belong in high school. What are you?
A famous singer.
I don't listen to music. I punish criminals.
Well, we are in the right place for that. Let's go.
Alrighty, everything looks good.
The battle starts
Overwatch,
in 5,
one die for
4,
nothing. I
3,
don't know, it let them
2,
create a
1.
ripoff of it that's fun with Marvel characters, so...
You're in the mission
Oh
area.
jeez, already getting blasted.
Hostile forces incoming.
Alrighty.
And so we shall.
Let's see, so... Hello. Okay, I can't take that many of you. Have a shield. Oh well. Huh, that almost killed me.
Stand down.
Ah, damn it. Crap. Got separated from everybody and got killed for it. How we look? And then Magneto's about to die as well. Great. Okay, that Groot's playing well, at least.
All right. Sorry, soldier.
Don't rush in, indeed. Okay. Great start, great start. Okay. Haven't hit the point yet. Still keeping them back for the moment. They've got an Iron Man. Let's see. Well, our Punisher should be able to keep things relatively in hand then. Interesting that they chose to bring Groot out, because he's better as a defensive hero anyway.
Our enemies are here.
I am aware, Mantis.
Sorry.
Hello! Take that, sucker.
Looks like you were outranked, soldier. Sorry, soldier.
Alright, with Mantis there, actually, what do they have as healer? So, alright, damn. Okay, get out, get out. Thank you, Magneto. Thank you very much. Okay. And then Magneto ends up dead.
I'll be ship-shaping no.
Alright, that's the healer. I don't have my ult for a bit yet either. Oh, hey, you look weak.
I'm doing this my way.
Just I am ready to put on a show.
And their two healers have burned their ulties. Great. I'm just gonna sit here then. You guys have fun. Getting killed, apparently.
Stand down.
Okay, so Scarlet Witch is forced to fall back. Well, if you're just gonna wander into us like that, I'll take it. Oh, hello. Ah, damn. Should have burned my ult. If I was gonna dive in like that. Alright, Magneto's down too. Okay, they'll probably get the point then. Crap. When will Deadpool be added? No idea. I'm honestly surprised they haven't added him.
That vehicle in its tracks.
Weren't there a bunch of mutants that were leaked that were supposedly gonna show up? No matter. Okay, just protect the Punisher, let him have some fun. How's it moving? Okay, how are you moving? Okay, so we've got hold of it for now. We'll slowly move backwards while I'm here. Yeah. Yeah, Punisher's turret needs to die. Let's see what we can do about that.
I can take it.
Not quite. Okay, I'm not doing well today. Well, at least that bought him time. So now that we've got him wrapped, so now that they've rallied,
Don't rush in.
see what they can do. They should add Howard the Duck. Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh, man. Dreaded a healer and Moon Knight. I'm gonna shake things up. Maybe I go through then if diving him isn't gonna be effective. Okay, so burn an ult.
I'll be ship-shaping no time. Hostile forces incoming.
Okay, so we got a healer now. I do not have a good answer for Iron Man. Maybe I should be the one on Magneto.
Sorry, soldier.
Yeah, Captain America's not working. I should change up. Oh, hi. Oh, man, I almost got you, too. But this isn't working. What should I do to change things up? They're keeping their distance. No, I should stay on the tank. We'll try Groot out, actually.
I am
Leave them to Khonshu.
There's still a chance to stop them.
Working on it. Alright, they regained control.
Don't
Cool.
have to fight alone.
Okay, that takes care of Iron Man.
Our enemies are here.
I am Groot. I'm doing this my way.
He's
Alright.
stuck in their tracks. The Punisher is in turret mode. The Punisher is out of his behind.
Thank you, Mantis. Actually, if I don't have to worry about taking damage. Alright. That weirdness.
Judge, jury,
I am ready to put on a show!
Oh, damn! I forgot how quickly he could shred. Yeah, you're not living, Magneto.
I am Groot.
Yeah, they're playing well. Crap. I hope this game doesn't go the way of multiverses. We'll see what happens. Although, they're off to a much better start.
Better stop that vehicle!
So there is comfort in that, at least.
They hit a choke! Now might be a good time to stop them.
I don't know what you're thinking. Okay, apparently it's working, whatever you're thinking. There. Okay, I feel better now. Okay.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Oh, who's fighting over that way? Can I flank them?
Of your damage.
Assuming they aren't already dead. Okay, so it's Groot back there.
Maximum
Uh-oh.
pulse. So long.
Okay, so there needs to be a range on this, huh? Damn. Well, at least we've got Punisher to deal with the Iron Man.
I am Groot.
Ugh, they're making us work for this.
You shall not be harmed.
On a side note, why do most platform fighters fail? Because they're trying to attract the Super Smash Bros. Melee crowd, which is one, a small crowd, and two,
Help, friends!
well, is highly competitive
Stop that vehicle!
at the expense of basically everything else.
Focus on the battle.
Gather around, children.
Jury.
I honestly can't tell who's winning this. Okay, definitely not us. Okay, let's try a different
I am ready
approach
to
then.
put on a show! It's now or never! Stop them! Feel better? Let's do some damage!
Okay, that worked a little better.
Need some help. Don't give them another inch! Or else. Better stop that vehicle!
Cannot hurt me.
Nanda, that doesn't count.
Clearly.
You're up, little one.
You think I can't out-damage you, Punisher?
Who will help? This is gonna hurt. That'll teach you.
You think I can't out-damage you either? Well, I mean, to be fair, I have to hit you first, but still.
Only 60 seconds left. You're up, little one. Sounds restoring. I like the code.
Maximum pulse.
Line's in place. It just wasn't your day. Our enemies are double KO.
I'll take that. You want to die next? Actually, hang on. I need to remember I can stun you guys. What am I doing? Thank you, healer. I need to remember I need to stun as much as anything else.
This is gonna hurt.
We're almost there.
I'm hurt. Powering up. I'm wounded. Who will help? The final 10 seconds.
Judge, jury, executioner.
I am ready to put
Ah,
on a
crap.
show.
Didn't get the stun down in time. Yeah, you're not outlasting that.
Don't count us out yet. It's the grand finale.
Okay, this is gonna be close.
You're up, little one. It's spider time!
Alright.
There we are.
Just get in their way. Keep disrupting them. No matter what happens. Hope it's enough.
Line's in place.
least I'm still alive.
You're up, little one.
And there we go.
Your attacks are futile.
That's gonna be close. Oh man,
Ready for another go?
that was real damn
You
close.
can't expect to win them all.
Well, at least I got an achievement for that. Alright, not my best run. I'm waiting for a game where Jay gets absolutely demolished by Jeff. Usually I'm playing someone like Captain America where it's a lot harder to wreck me with that sort of thing. Let me go another round before I jump into Discord, Gilgamesh. I want Penny Parker to get a skin
You'll
that
need
gives
a
her her
top-notch
Spider-Verse
team
colors.
to win
Kinda
this one.
surprised they didn't lead with that, honestly. Alright, what are we looking at here? Oh hey, there's your Jeff. Now, what are we getting? Well, I've
Freedom's
got
an
my
idea
usual.
that will never die.
Almost survived that one, but not quite.
If we don't stand up for what's right,
Okay.
Asgard has been invaded yet again. But as always,
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
How you all doing? Anything I missed in chat? When Overwatch 2 killed its PvE, which was the whole reason Overwatch died in the first place. Yeah, pretty much. Have you tried the Fantastic Four yet? I've spent a little bit of time with the Invisible Woman, but haven't quite figured her out. And I haven't tried Mr. Fantastic yet. I haven't tried a lot of the characters in here, to be fair.
The battle starts in 5, 4,
Alright, why is one of our
3,
people not
2,
jumping? Ow.
1.
What are you doing?
enemy ahead.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Excuse me while I hide behind here like a little coward. Ah, yeah. Hello, Bucky! Mind if I kill you? No, stop healing him, Jeff! Excuse me while I just sit on the point there.
Stand down.
Yeah, I'm not living through that. Alright, what do we got? Alright, so... Midnight, huh? Okay. So between me and Iron Fist, we should be able to dive them pretty
And put the
effectively.
Yonk on ice.
Guess we'll find out, won't we? See if we can get behind him. Hi, Jeff! Ah, hell, I am playing this badly. Alright, get out of here. Preferably before you get
You're
murked.
halfway there. Keep going.
Where are our healers?
That's the most I needed.
Thank you, Jeff.
No wonks for you. There's the man.
Wait, that
Doing what you
that shield was enough? I mean, I'll take it, but what?
coming through.
Alright, I'm good. I'm alive.
where there's one arc, there are probably more.
Okay, we got Groot just standing here like a brat. Trying to keep me from being useful.
Chin up.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to dive him again. I can get behind and disrupt Jeff. And disrupting Moon Knight works too! I can
Coming through.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Well, my goal is not to kill them, my goal is to disrupt. Vociferously.
Hostile forces incoming.
How did you guys not kill me? I am on 0 health right now. Oh, if you're gonna keep me in your team, fine. Think I won't run after you? I don't need to kill you, I just need to mess with you. And that was the enemy, by the looks of it.
Sorry, soldier.
Alright.
Sorry, soldier.
Hello! Get out of here. Well, thanks for telling me where to look, Chef. Fortunately, the healers are taking care of each other. Maybe well, maybe Black Panther is the right idea if he would learn to not die. Not that I can say anything right now, with how I'm playing. Running away without my healers and being useless because of it. Let's go find our healers real quick. Oh hey, there's our Jeff activating.
Can't beat battlefield medicine.
Alright, let's get it moving.
Get up.
Okay, that's one healer down. Good, good. Alright, we got it.
It's almost there.
Where's
Don't
their
turn back
route?
now.
I feel like they should have been able to mess with us more so than they have been. Okay, there's the enemy Iron Man. And luckily everybody else has that well in hand. Good.
Keep up the momentum.
There's their Groot.
Stand down. Let's dance. Tree, here we come.
Thank you, Jeff.
Pulse charge. Fire.
Yeah, not a good shot for that one, Iron Man. Probably a bit premature to activate that.
Let's dance.
Alright, let's give him a little bit, then return. Well, if you're gonna get this close, Bucky, and I'm gonna die anyway. Fair enough. Just learn how Bucky operates.
I never. Sorry, soldier.
At least Jeff has the ultimate get out of jail free card. Very hard to track him down when he's in that mode.
Maximum pulse.
Okay, I'm leaving now.
Chin up.
Thank you.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Coming through.
No, thank you. I'm just gonna leave now.
Can't beat battlefield medicine.
Hello.
That's the boost I needed. Fast! Grace of Smith's victory!
Alright, so
Armed and
two of us can play at this game. Why are you not dying? Okay, Jeff's down. Now to kill you. You think I can't outlast you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of here.
onto the world tree.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Dance. Careful.
What else
Namor's
you got,
called in
Namor?
friends.
Angry starfish?
Hello, goodbye. To me, apparently. Okay, I'm being way too aggressive.
Focus on the back.
I guess I can't complain about Black Panther anymore. Is that the enemy, Jeff, or ours?
Don't come back.
Oh, hello. Oh, I see what you did. You rooted to us. Yeah, not much I can do to help Mantis in that state. I'm honestly surprised I'm still alive. Okay, so Panther managed to take someone out. Probably gonna die soon, though.
Can't beat battlefield medicine.
Let me help.
That's the
All right.
boost I needed.
I need assistance. Friend, get me around.
Good news.
Only 60 seconds left.
We got company.
Okay, they are not paying as much attention as they were. Okay, good.
That's 3.
Nice. Okay, we're still in this. Still in this. Good job, boys.
I'll be ship-shape in no time.
Whew.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Alrighty.
Down to 30 seconds.
Have a good night. Uh-oh, move! Well, while your Jeff... Yeah, while their Jeff is busy, I'll just go kill their other healer. That'll work fine. I hope they'll be fine without me as a tank there.
Let me help.
That put a spray in my The fat stand
Final
down.
10 seconds.
Oh man, that was a perfectly timed ult from the enemy, Jeff. We might have just lost off of that. Unless someone can stay there long enough to get us overtime. Then I might be able to stagger it with Assemble,
We'll
but...
have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Coming through.
Okay.
Clear the way to the world. Armed and
Ah, damn it, got too far away.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
So be it. I didn't see Iron Man do a whole lot this time around, but fair enough. Well, if he was getting that many kills, fair enough. Or at least that much kill participation. Alrighty. Now I'll jump into Discord. Let's see, what's everybody up to there? Relatively quiet tonight, but that's alright. Is the announcer Cassandra Lee Morris? It would not surprise me if that were the case. Actually, I'm curious. Let me go look up the actors real quick. Would not surprise me at all. I think I recognize Colino Shinesi on Mantis as well. So. Alright, well let's see. That's just the voice chat. What do we get? Yep, that is the announcer. Yep. Anybody I recognize apart from that? Wait, Josh Keaton's on Iron Man? Fair enough. Okay, look, Troy Baker on Loki, that makes sense. Okay, so they're using the Spider-Man, so the Insomniac Spider-Man for, well, that actor. That makes sense. Wait, Nolan North? What, really? Huh, didn't recognize him. Fair enough. Wait, I thought Steve Bloom was only Wolverine. He's playing Venom too? Fair enough. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm getting surprised by these names. I'm getting very surprised by a lot of these names. Let's see, recognize that one. Okay, I was correct on Magneto as well. Okay, yeah, Colino Shinesi as well for Mantis. Oh boy. There's a few recognizable names in there. Alrighty, let's go another round. Alright, now to find out if I've made another mistake by jumping into my own Discord. Okay, I need to turn you down apparently.
Sorry about that.
That's alright. Let's
By the
see.
way, what I
not
was
that
saying about
dumb.
my computer is I have an old laptop that has some trouble charging. I got it like
The right heroes could make
back in
all
like
the difference.
2021-ish.
I'm surprised it's not able to handle it then, although to be fair, laptop.
It's a cheap laptop too. It was $200 at most,
Fair enough.
and it's not a gaming laptop.
Alright,
It's a Dell computer. It's an HP laptop.
Freedom's an idea that will never die.
It's also pretty beat up. And hard on my thing. And currently the charger is.
Yeah, where-
Figure that out.
Where was that list of voice
I am
actors? What
not
else should
the
I
man
go
I
through?
used
Yeah.
to be.
Your
But I
standard.
think
Standard-
Cassandra Lee
30
Morris,
seconds. Stay
her voice
strong.
is very distinct.
Yeah, that one was pretty obvious. And then Magneto here.
There's only one voice I don't recognize.
To lay you out again in front of all our friends.
Yeah, there's Steve Bloom right there as Wolverine.
Ain't the size of the mutant that matters. It's how sharp his claws are.
I disconnected.
Huh?
The battle starts in
My
5,
computer my voice
4,
disconnected.
3, 2, 1.
Weird. Alright, what are we up
Cassandra
against
Lee-
this time?
You know, my comment about Cassandra Lee Morris, her voice is very distinct.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Well, I mean, if you'll let me just straight up take you down. Yeah, if the tank's just gonna let me murk them, I'll take it.
Did you hear what I said about Cassandra Lee Morris?
I need assistance.
Cannot hurt me.
No?
What?
No, Cassandra Lee Morris. Her voice is very distinct, so there's only
Yep.
one voice role who I don't recognize her in.
Which one?
Sophie from Tales of Grace, because that one actually sounds very different.
Ah. Well, that's the problem you run into, is that people end up getting typecast because they end up being very distinct. Everyone wants the gruff and Steve Bloom voice. Everybody wants... Well, everyone wants basically everything. Heck, even now I'm sat here going, wait, I'm playing as Magneto, why do you sound like Clone Wars Obi-Wan? What is this?
James Earl. James Earl Taylor, for the most part, I actually do think tells. Have you ever heard of Tidus' voice? Compare Tidus to...
I don't think I have.
Tidus FF10, the one with the infamous laugh scene.
Sorry, say that again?
Tidus from FF10, Final Fantasy X.
I don't think I have.
Have you probably... You heard of the laugh scene from it? The laugh is bad, but it's intentionally bad.
Oh, that laugh?
Yeah, the...
Yes, I'm familiar. I'm familiar.
That laugh is on purpose meant to be terrible.
Even so. You know what, if you're all gonna gather there... What if I just blind fire? Oh, that almost killed someone too!
Funnily enough about the Tidus laugh, it's worse in Japanese. It's still a bad laugh in Japanese. Although the Japanese one's not one of the me.
Oh right, Warlock has a revive mechanic. I forgot.
I say you should try a character you're not very familiar with at least one time this stream.
Sorry, what was that? Apparently I need to turn you up.
Character you're not... I'm up all the time as I go.
Yeah, I know. I'll mess with it on my end once I'm not actively trying to well, getting murdered.
You know, Spider-Man voices, I actually prefer Josh Keaton to Yuri Lowenthal, but that's because I grew up with Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, I prefer Josh Keaton, but maybe if I had played the Insomniac Spider-Man games, it wouldn't matter as much. Do they not have a healer? Where are their healers?
I think they're on PC. Spectacular Spider-Man games, I think they're on PC. Now, if they were to add a non-Marvel character to Marvel Rivals as like a guest character from another comic series, I'd say they should probably would go with TMNT. Probably the most fitting. They would probably fit in the best.
Had a crossover with DC a while back?
Yes, but TMNT has crossover with literally everything.
Yeah, fair enough. There are worse things, I suppose.
Are you familiar with the character Usagi Yojimbo?
Wait, since when can all do that? Oh, actually, while you're all gathered, die!
Are you familiar with Usagi Yojimbo, the character from the comic series by Stan Sakai?
I'm not familiar.
It's another comic series. They were a friend of Ethan Layer, so they cameoed in TMNT a lot.
I'm ready to put on a show.
Actually, multiple in the comics and in at least in 3 out of the 5 cartoons.
You shall not be
Spotted bad guys. There they are.
The original TMNT. No, again, TMNT is also kind of ridiculous, so they fit in.
Kinda?
Yes, okay, fair enough. They are ridiculous.
Okay, how have I not died yet?
Down to 30 seconds.
I'm just gonna go over here and just...
Anyway.
How have I not died yet in this entire game?
I heard a bunch of people talking about being excited for PlayStation, Nickelodeon All-Star World 2, and then I just forgot it had existed when it came out.
Well, my understanding is that they actually did go the correct route, appealing to the more casual crowd by saying, hey, we're not looking to be uber competitive this time, here's a bunch of single-player content so that you have reason to play it beyond just, hey, want to be competitive in this game?
Again. I heard nothing about it.
Whoa, go Wolverine! Holy crap! You are absolutely getting a thumbs up by the end of this.
Honestly, I heard almost nothing about the game when it came out.
I saw a few people play it.
Maybe, but let's just say nobody. I never got pinged about it because most of it, I think most people had moved on from it by the time it came out.
Alrighty. There we are.
Oh, I know.
That'll do.
I hope we get a Pokken 2 sometime.
I'm surprised they haven't done something like that.
Probably because could be something on. It could be the Pokemon Company. It could be Namco.
Yeah, it could be. What is Namco Bandai doing right now?
Oh, they just released a remaster of Tales of Graces. They're currently, for this year especially, they were doing a Tales of Remaster project. Where they're trying to remaster a lot of Tales games, modern systems.
Life energy is a powerful weapon against evil.
The most recent, the first of the batch was Tales of Graces. Tales of Graces app. That's actually a re-release. It originally came out on Wii as Tales of Graces, but a PS3 port as Tales of Graces app with an added epilogue. And then the remaster is based on that version. It is missing some of the DLC costume from the original PS3, most specifically the Code Geass
The Guardians of the Galaxy
costume, the one that
all
basically
life.
lets the main character dressed as Lelouch from Code Geass. Which is a bit of an in-joke because I think the guy has the same Japanese actor and he looks a lot like him.
If you could, Magneto, would you
I think that was more of an in-joke.
I could create a world that would be safe forever for mutants. Yes.
Have you ever heard of Bryson Paperbook?
I have not.
Need to look that guy up.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Alright.
He's the voice of. He's the hero from Fate. Shiro Emiya's voice from Fate from Unlimited Blade Works. Before there was one Unlimited Blade Works onward. Yeah, here, Paperbook. Brooke. It's Paperbook.
Ah, jeez. Punisher, that's gonna be annoying to deal with. Okay, how did I get kill participation for that? I didn't even do much. Oh, hell! When did you get here? Damn!
He's most known for.
Okay, they have
his
Thor and
most known
Wolverine.
role-
Got it.
His most well-known roles are Kirito, Eren Yeager.
A guardian never.
Those are
You made
names.
me angry.
Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan and Kirito from Sword Art Online.
That one I
Main
am familiar
characters
with.
of those shows. He's the voice of the main character in that. He's Al Christian in the Heat series. He's Adrian Agreste in Miraculous. He's the current voice of Silver the Hedgehog.
My anger is healthy.
He's in a lot of places. He's one of the more common
Shredded
anime
Archive.
voice actors.
Yep. Okay.
He's one of the LA anime voice actors.
So we're trying to shake things up. Problem
Energy
is,
brings me back.
that Magneto and Penny Parker don't have a lot of ways to defend their healers, so it's hard to deal with the divers. Unless I really hang back.
Evil in its tracks.
If I have nowhere to retreat. And then I just wasted my...
Anger. Watch out for punishers. Let me help.
I'll be ship-shape in no time.
And there's Thor. Ah, damn. Couldn't get my ult in time.
So in Xenoblade, what
Beat Battlefield.
are we planning on doing next stream?
Like
For
it.
it?
I can't pull up my docket while I'm in the middle of a multiplayer game. I think the plan was to knock out the... Let's see, I think...
Grace us with victory.
Fast must be proud.
Did he actually get
I kind of hope
anything?
he gets to
Needed
it.
some help, didn't you?
I hope he gets to a Shiro before the next story point.
Probably not at this point. Okay, if you're gonna dive me again...
We triumphed together.
Wait, I got that kill? Okay, I'll take it.
Thanks so much.
I will say this, by the way, you should do Gondors before going to Origin, because when you enter Origin, you will not be able to use Gondor or Monica for a while.
Worse things, I suppose.
You get them back near the
I'm
end of the
still
dungeon.
alive! Okay, I'm not alive anymore.
get them back near the end of Origin, but you are basically not allowed because they are currently doing other things at the time.
Honestly, I was planning on going to Origin in a couple of streams.
Just do Gondor before going there because you won't be able to do hers till after Origin until you're near the end of Origin.
Well, to be fair, I would need to get through most of Origin anyway for at least some of it. Oh, hey.
You can do Gondors right now if you really want to. You can basically do Gondors right now if you want to.
You look tired.
I assume, did you recognize when Elma showed up in Xenoblade 2, did you recognize her voice actress?
Nope.
Caitlin Glass.
Who?
Caitlin Glass. Caitlin Glass.
I didn't hear that word. What was that?
Caitlin Glass.
I have no idea who that is. Ow!
She's a Texan-based DA.
And?
Yeah. And she's
There's a
very
lot of
common in
those.
anime. He's worked with Matthew. Xenoblade X also has Matthew Mercer in it.
And?
Matt Mercer in it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap. That doesn't mean I'm gonna recognize every single one of them.
But let's just say Xenoblade X was at the US was dubbed by Treehouse because let's be honest, Xenoblade X takes place in LA, New Los Angeles, so most of the cast in that game are canonically from the US.
Even so, get off me! I'm leaving now. Ah, crap! I must not have hit magic with that hit. Okay.
Although the player character, the classic voices, which are created. In fact, there's actually less English voice actor choices than there were Japanese. There's only 8 for each gender in the US version, but 10 in the Japanese. The 10 Japanese voice actors. The player character. I think it's just because they couldn't find enough VAs. Hopefully they had some in the DE version, but I'm unsure if they will.
Now I'll be taking too much damage, Thor. Goodbye.
I'll be ship-shaking them.
I'm less angry now.
Oh, get off me,
So,
Star-Lord.
When can we expect the next React submissions?
Eventually.
I hope we get those soon.
Eventually.
Mantis has
I
returned.
know you said eventually. I said I hope we get them soon.
Soon enough. I'm still trying to get... Well,
Stop them. Chin up.
I'm trying to figure out a good time for them. That's the short version. Ah, I missed. Well, I'm about to die. Nice knowing you, boys.
That's the best I needed.
Jeez.
Sorry, soldier.
At least you still have your ult, so you can have some fun once the year gets...
Would you be... When Splatoon 4 gets announced, would you be willing to at least try it? Like, because there will probably be a free demo of it, because they do they have a free online demo for it.
Ah, man! I don't play console shooters. I'm already having enough trouble hitting people with a keyboard and mouse, let alone anything else.
I know, but it's a free demo. Would you at least try it? That's all
I don't play console shooters.
I'll be ship-shaking.
Yeah, but Splatoon lets you use motion controls, which supplement that. And a lot of people say it's a lot like using a keyboard and mouse. Using a mouse. I think you would like it if you at least gave it a shot.
I don't play console shooters.
Yeah, and...
I don't play console shooters. I'm having enough
Personally,
trouble
I
aiming
think
right
that's
now.
Yeah, I'm asking you to try the free demo if it comes out.
But why would I try a demo of something that I know I'm not going to play regularly?
Help is here.
I say you shouldn't knock it till you tried it.
I don't play console shooters because I can't aim properly with a controller. It's not that complicated.
You haven't even tried the motion controls Splatoon, so I don't feel like you've given that a shot.
I don't want to be
Just play with the
reliant on
motion.
that because I don't know how well it'll go.
It's free, so it automatically hits off Cardinal String.
Even so. Ah, damn. No way I could stay on that.
When it gets announced, I am going to bug you about it more, because I feel like you would enjoy it if you gave it a shot.
You will be ignored, I will say right now.
Yeah.
Go. Ow.
If I knew you in person, I'd download it and let you try it on my Switch, just like one round.
I'd still have to be well. If Tears of the Kingdom is any indication, I am still going to be somewhat reliant on, well, normal analog aiming. I'm not prepared to deal with that.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Let's see.
Help build up your skills for later in life.
No. I have a PC. I don't need to learn to play console shooters.
Life energy is a powerful weapon against
Soon is not like any console shooter you have ever played.
And?
People haven't. Like, I know a bunch of people who have compared the kit to its aiming, to its using of motion controls as similar to playing with a keyboard and mouse. I have seen people do that.
The Guardians of the Galaxy value all life.
Depends on how they're implemented.
That's why I was saying you should at least try the free demo because it's free. I'm not asking you to buy the whole game.
And I have other things I need to worry about too. You do want me to get the Xenoblade X at some point, don't you?
Yes. But that's a free demo that you can try in your own time, and it's like, you can like try like, at the very least play the tutorial opening. It does have a tutorial that teaches you these mechanics. Like a 5-minute opening which you can test out, which you can mess around with.
It takes a lot to give me the creepy crawlies, but this place doesn't.
Maybe if it supports the Joy-Cons like mouses, you might be willing to try it then. If it supported that, would you be willing to try that?
Oh. Keep our fellow healers alive. Wait, I got the killing blow on that? That didn't seem right.
This mouse thing is a thing. Would you be willing to try that?
Then I might consider this. I'd need to see how well implemented it is, but, well.
Well, it's free, so it's harmless, so if it doesn't work out, you could just delete it and just forget about it.
Then I'm having fun. Who's healing Captain?
You don't have to fight alone.
Ah,
I
yeah.
like the cold.
Maybe once we're done with Xenoblade 3, because you don't need to play X right away, because X is kind of it's more of a side thing.
Well, I
It's
don't
more like
intend
a
to start
guiding
X
thing.
until I'm finished with the 2 Let's Play anyway.
Also, X is kind of a guiding, anyway. Meaning it's sort of a side story. Also, note on the gameplay of X, it plays a lot more like the first game.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
It has more. Well, there is overdrive, which lets you basically do. Someone did manage to beat like a level 92 enemy at level 3 using exploits. Yes, I am not kidding. Someone has done that.
Well, of course someone's figured out a way to do that. Which, actually, that makes me more worried about the game balance.
He basically managed. He put the enemy in a position
Uh-oh.
where
Run! Damn it!
Did it so
Well,
its
Lou's about to get what he wants.
Always can't use its physical attacks. It can only hit with.
This Jeff doesn't know where to go, thank God.
He managed to put himself into a position where it can, the enemy into a position where it can only use an attack, which is its thermal damage attack, and he managed to get equipment on him that basically 100% thermal resistance, which reduces it to basically 0 on thermal damage. But it would also make him weak to literally every other damage. And
Where is he? Where is he?
He basically he had to do basically a ton of glitches and stuff. He basically had to basically explore AI and stuff. It's not something you normally do. It's not something, and it's something that requires insane amount of setup. And it took him like hours to do. And the fight still took like 48 hours.
And I thought, wait, 48?
He left the game, the game has both sword and gun. You have 2 weapons in X.
30 seconds.
One is a melee weapon, one
Get
is a
ready.
ranged weapon. He basically kept shooting the thing. He was doing like 1 damage, 1 damage.
I know all of your songs.
And I thought I was being silly by how I took down Elma Redux.
Be strong together.
This is not something you do in normal gameplay. This is something that you do just to prove a point that you can.
Even so, I mean, my solution to Elma Redux, Poison Paradise, and 9th Imperial Armored Division were all just, Zeke, Dodge.
Farm's fast.
Dodge the
All
all.
you have to do is capture the mission area.
Although in
Got
Xenoblade
it?
X, you get a mech which lets you fight giant enemies, and eventually you ditch the mech to kill things faster on foot, using overdrive by essentially using basically the kind of infinite overdrive yourself. It's something you don't do till very, 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 very late game.
Okay, I know I saw Iron Man. Where is he? There is he. There he is. Ah, sucker.
By the way, note about X, it does have online components.
Looks like the mission area is yours to
You
capture.
don't need the game to always be online to play, but there's a ton of like side content that's online only, like time attack missions, squad missions, and all of that stuff.
My anger is healthy.
The game is sort of a MMO light. Not actually massively multiplayer, but it has a massive online part.
Now we've got an Iron Man.
I am less angry.
You were,
now.
huh?
We should
Now, I see this people post about Nintendo should port their games to PC, but I don't see Sony porting a lot of their old backlog as much as Nintendo ports their backlog to other platforms.
Mantis strikes.
I'm surprised they haven't switched off Magneto yet. Huh?
Are you ever gonna play FF7 Rebirth? That technically was never on Epic Games.
Captured more than half of the mission area.
The problem is I'd still have to play the remake first. My feeling is I'm gonna wait until it's completely done before I even so much as think of touching it.
Maximum
Okay.
pulse!
That's technically, that's like, Rebirth was on Epic Games first before Steam, but not technically the other one wasn't. Rebirth wasn't.
Double KO.
Wait, how did I get 2 kills as Mantis? What? Oh god, why? I killed Groot too! How is Groot dying to me?
The area's almost yours. I suck. There
Okay then.
Help is here.
You don't have to
So,
fight alone.
at some point it might be worth checking out, although, honestly, I didn't have a lot to say on Final Fantasy VII, so I didn't end up reviewing it. So I don't know if I'd necessarily... Well, I don't know if it would be worth
should
playing
play
through
it.
the remake.
You'll have to keep fighting until we
By the way, if you ever do play a Tales game, you can kind of start with any that aren't direct sequels. Because it's kind of like Final Fantasy, where every game is kind of a unique entry. Or but there are cameo battles and cameo quests occasionally. Those are optional content and are usually like most of the cameo battles, especially the early games, they're just limited to the Colosseum and are completely irrelevant to the story. Basically, they're just a fun thing you can do in the Colosseum. Just basically where you can just fight AI opponents, fight some secret bosses that have no story relevance. Excuse me, it's a Colosseum. Why are we fighting opponents? It's a Colosseum.
Because.
It's also a Colosseum, so at least the excuse of why people are fighting. It makes sense. Anyway.
Alright, that was unbalanced as hell. What the...
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Alright, let's see what we got
I
for this.
expect at some point. I know people have been begging for Switch ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
I'm surprised they haven't done it yet, honestly.
I think it's that they're just the thing is they've been waiting for a gap and they've outside of 2022 they released a Zelda game on Switch every single year. Or 2022, and that was the original Tears of the Kingdom release date. They had to move it, and they just didn't have time to put something out
I
that
fight
year.
for more than a flag. I fight for an
Well, like,
idea.
technically
don't wanna-
would have put it out then, based on what they've said, but they had a ready-to-ship product, but they wanted to make sure it was properly polished, and given how much nonsense is possible with Ultra Hand, you can hardly blame them.
Not the
Yeah,
first
so it's
time.
one of those.
Won't
They
be
don't
the
want to.
last.
Nintendo. The reason why Nintendo hasn't released something, they don't want to overcrowd the market.
Yeah, they don't need to compete with themselves.
Yeah. Like, why really is you release 2 Zelda games so close to each other? The casual normie is just going to like, why should I buy both?
3, 2, 1.
I can only afford one, so why not I just buy this one? I'll just ignore that one. So they'll eat into each other, so it's better to space them out.
Scarlet Witch.
I think the only reason they would release 2 Zelda games a year is if one was at the very beginning of the year and the other was at the very end of the year. That's like the only way I could see that working out.
I don't think they like me. I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
A little help, please.
Hello! That freezing power is annoying as hell, and I'm gonna die for that. But you know what? Healer dead, I'm happy.
That's what I needed.
We're winning and we lose it, and we're missing a player too.
So after Xenoblade 3 wraps up, what will be the game after that?
CRPG, no question.
Show me the mystery spikes.
I want to play a
After
Western
that, then.
RPG.
I'm going after them.
When are you gonna play a non-RPG again?
That's gonna be on short when I can bring back shorter game streams. I'm currently working through my Fire Emblem Engage Maddening mode run. If I can consistently keep working on that, I think I'll be in a good shape to where I can then bring back the shorter game streams. Because I wanted to make sure with this month that I was giving enough time for... Hello, Thor. I wanted to make sure with this month that I was giving ample time. Get over here. No, don't block me.
I hope to see Pikmin 1.
I've got a different game in mind when they return.
And for Pikmin 1, the game uses the 2 sticks. It's sort of a very Nintendo approach to a real-time strategy game, but it's also kind of completely unlike a real-time strategy game at the same time.
I have something in mind for when I return, and it's not Pikmin.
I
will say no more.
I'll say this.
At some point I'm hoping late February, early March to bring back shorter game streams.
Hostile forces incoming.
Alright, so how many of us are active? Hello! I'm just gonna throw a shield and just pester you. Yep, I exist.
Can't beat battlefield medicine. We make a good team.
Would you like to own any retro game consoles?
I'm not sure if I'd use them enough, honestly.
I'll be ship-shape in no time.
Even if I didn't use them, I still like to own them because there's something kind of satisfying about owning them. In my opinion. It's like collecting old media types, like collecting VHS tapes. Sure, they're outdated, but they're kind of cool to own.
I can see the appeal, I just don't know how feasible that would be. Alright,
if you got
dealer,
a
go
PS2,
away.
if you got a PS2 or PS1, it would be a lot easier to do like PS1 games.
If I can find the games, that's the trick.
Yeah, or just figure out how to soft mod them. You can buy consoles to play games on them without needing to. Because that's how I tested out Xenosaga Episode 1 on PS2 at a convention. It was modded onto the console. I guess. What was the hard part about about PlayStation emulation for you?
It was just the setup, honestly. There were just more steps required as a result of the nature of the hardware.
And Nintendo emulation?
Yeah, I mean, with emulating a Super Nintendo, it was pretty simple. You just, okay, I should not have dove in. Excuse me for a moment. I need to
How about emulating a GameCube?
I have not tried that yet, although with Dolphin right there, that should be pretty simple. Theory.
Maybe you should try, Why is it that Nintendo emulators are much more advanced than anything PlayStation would be?
Because people like their Nintendo. So they make a point to make sure their Nintendo works.
Yeah, and there's just not as many, even though there are a ton of PS2 games that are really good that I want to play, but the emulators are crap.
Fight another day.
Like, I want to try the Wild Arms series.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a JRPG, but it uses sort of a steampunk western setting.
Hello, Jeff.
It's sort of like...
Hi, Jeff.
It has some steampunk elements, but it's also very much taught after the Wild West sort of thing.
That's the boost I needed.
I'll read the Wikipedia article.
Maximum pulse!
Well, I'm about to die. Oh, okay.
Final 10 seconds.
You've got quite a crew on your side, Spider. Sorry, soldier.
Grand finale.
Please be so kind if you kill this damn Iron Man. Alright, all of us are here. I'm going.
Sorry, soldier.
Hello, healer. Should have gone Iron Fist if I'm going pure damage.
There's another RPG that I like as a PS1 called Dolka. Dolka. It's a horror RPG.
A what?
Live to fight
A
another day.
horror RPG.
Coming through.
It's sort of like, what if you took a
GG.
survival horror and a JRPG and sort of mashed them together in some areas. Like, it's mostly a JRPG, but it has like it's more horror themed in its story. And so like, it's 3 people in an abandoned monastery in England, dealing with a ton of trauma. And that is indirectly leads to the Shadow Hearts series. Also, did you see the video I posted? The entire history of JRPGs.
Not yet.
Yeah, I posted that in the React submissions a while ago. I'm not saying you should have watched it yet. It's 2 hours long. So it's one of those watch on your own time sort of things. I also did a history of RPGs, so like Baldur's Gate and stuff. You probably would find it really entertaining.
I haven't played an attacker in a while.
I'm not a hero. I'm the Punisher. You hurt people. I hurt you.
What Final Fantasy games have you played?
Only 7.
We'll be coming in 30
Actually,
seconds.
you
Stay
should-
strong.
People rave a lot about 6.
Honestly,
It's
at
a debate
some,
on
point,
whether
it,
7 is...
at some point it might be worth doing the pixel remasters,
Although, I
and
would
then
also
maybe
recommend...
contrasting them with the originals. Well, via emulation. It's just a matter of finding the time
Yeah,
for it.
the original Famicom and NES version of Final Fantasy 1, a lot of things don't frickin' work.
The battle
Just
starts
due to
in
how
5,
agent, just
4,
due to how
3,
hamstring the production was at the
2,
time.
1. You have to stop that
Yeah.
from securing the mission
Because I
area.
think a rogue programmer made one of the spells in Final Fantasy 2. He made it so it's basically useless. Out of his own interpretation of the story. And since he how he wrote the code in such a way that nobody else could alter it very well.
Ah,
So it was forced to ship that way. At least that's the story I've heard. The ultimate spell. He spent a good chunk of the game looking for that.
not
Funny
the
is,
craziest
some of
thing
the
I've
spell
heard of.
names... Funnily enough, in some of the spell names in Final Fantasy 1, one of them is just straight up called Nuke. This is in the English translation. They changed some of the names around the censorship at the time. One of them is just called Nuke. It's the translation. What's funny about Final Fantasy, in one of the second to last dungeons, you can run it. Since the game is a swords and sorcery affair,
You made your last mistake.
you can run into a random encounter. That's the war mech. It's basically a sci-fi mech.
Ranged firepower.
It is harder than the final boss, and it gives a shit ton of experience if you manage to beat it. And it has no explanation in game. It just shows up randomly. It can just randomly show up in the second to last dungeon. It's a really, really hard fight. It's also the reason why it's hard is it's ridiculously fast and hits like a truck.
should have known better than to tangle with the captain. At least the rest of my team seems to have this well in hand.
Back for another tour.
Although if you play the original version of Final Fantasy V, you are going to have to resort to fan translation for that and 3, because those never got English localizations.
Even in the pixel
Original.
remaster? Or did those not
No,
get
in
it?
the I meant of the
Oh, for
original version.
stuff. Well, it might be interesting to compare it with that with, to be fair.
You know, this is a thing with a lot of older fan translations. A lot of them are really edgy.
So they have their own problems, huh?
Another fearsome goal.
Well, one of the lines that was added to the Tales of Fantasia SNES D-Trip translation is "Looks like a tiger."
Shields up! Fire mode!
Yeah,
Where's their captain?
I could look at. There's a lot of weirdness.
Okay, I feel like someone should have snuck behind us at this point.
This was a thing in the anime community in the 90s, early 2000s, anime sub-community that led into a lot of early fan translations. Gratuitous swearing was a common thing.
Okay, I'm taking too many hits. I need to remember I'm not as mobile.
Defend the target area.
I never thought about trying the Mario and Luigi series.
Jury! Executioner! Jury! Executioner!
No, you don't, Mantis. Jeez. So that's what it's like being on this side. Fair enough. I see why people like Punisher now. Get over here.
Hey, later on, are you gonna try any of the Fantastic Four?
If we need it, well, if we need an attacker, it might be worth going for, attempting. But for now, at least.
I hear a lot of people like the design of the Invisible Woman.
There's a certain feature that they like.
Yeah, I was Squirrel.
Yeah, that was literally the first thing of a member of my D&D group said, is that, oh yeah, I mean, you're playing Marvel Rivals? I mean, it's got Squirrel Girl in it, that makes sense.
Only 60 seconds left.
Yeah. Did you hear the head of Nippon Ichi Software, the CEO died recently at 54?
I have no idea what that is.
Nippon Ichi Software, it's a JRPG company.
Okay.
You may have heard of their subsidiary, it wasn't NAS America. They do a lot of localization, not just Lisa, but a bunch of other obscure JRPGs. Part of the reason, they're for companies that who are just too small to localize themselves.
Battlefield ready again.
Alright, who's gonna out-turret the other? He's gonna out-turret me, got it. I at least keep shooting him.
By the way, when you do get around to the exhibitions, what are the videos you plan on doing?
You'll see.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna keep being vague about it. Damn, almost got that. Almost. What are you doing back here? Are you about to ulti, you silly land shark?
I see you ignored my fighting game video.
I wasn't sure if I could add proper commentary to it.
Oh, I was just hoping you'd hear the K49 story.
I'm not sure I could. Well, I'm just nervous about giving proper commentary is all. I didn't think I could do it for something that I'm largely unfamiliar with.
Crazy clown.
Yeah, K999. Well, in this case, I will say the K49 story, just in case.
Help me.
Need some range firepower.
He's a character in the King of Fighters series. Let's just say... Here, I never read... Basically, in 2001, SNK... Basically, SNK has had a pretty big history of them going through a ton of bankruptcies. Basically, they got... Let's see, they weren't doing too well. They got bought up by a company called Aruzi, who basically just bought them up to take them apart and sell them for scrap. But SNK managed to make a new company, and then later on got rebranded back to SNK. They went to Jingo for a while, and the whole story. But a lot of the characters, like K49 was the characters when they were under EOLith, when they were creating KOF 2001.
Damn, I wasted that ult.
He was essentially persona non grata for like years. Like, a bunch of people thought it was because they were... Basically, whenever SNK was asked about the character, they would pretend they don't know who that is.
Now might be a good time to stop
And
them.
then they basically basically scrubbed him from existence.
Usual then.
Yeah, but it actually, that was all a lie. They had done that just to troll us, to troll the entire... Basically, they made him disappear for like 20 years. Then when they and they had a mystery going on why he was gone, so they pretended they didn't know. But in actuality, it was just a drum of hype for his eventual return.
Okay then. I mean,
a whole
respect
story,
the
but
game, I suppose, but still.
Basically, the excuse is basically they like to flick their forked tongues in our ears to quote the video. I'm not doing the best, but it's basically... They even created a new character for a port of KOF 2002, another version of that, which is the last game he appeared in. When they did a remastered port of it with a bunch of new stuff added, he was not even there. He was replaced by an entirely new character that has basically the same moveset, but it looks different. I'm also leaving out part is K49 is basically an Akira reference, very fucking blatant Akira reference, sharing Katsuo's Japanese voice actor, and having a bunch of references, and he puts a ton of Akira online. It's a whole story, but it's one of those... People thought SNK got in trouble with Toho over the rights. But no, it was never that. They just like to troll.
Trouble has arrived.
Anyway. I'm not... Hey, whenever I Guitar Hero games... Like Guitar Hero, Rock Band, those games.
I've never played one of them.
Oh, there is Clone Hero.
Well, the trend died before the trend died before I got too involved.
Yeah, it's one of those... People still enjoy them.
Ow, my... Wow. Okay, that was a bad use of that ult. I am not playing this guy well.
Dark Souls, would you consider Dark Souls a JRPG?
No.
Technically, it was made in Japan.
Yeah, but it's more gameplay-wise, it's more similar to an action RPG.
Technically, action JRPGs do exist.
Yeah, by technicality, maybe. Oh crap, I got hit.
It also really just depends on what you define JRPG as. That's kind of a hot topic. No, I wish more companies would do this, because what Nintendo does with their Switch would double layer the inside of the Switch case to have artwork on the inside. A lot of like
Russian like that.
No, like Nintendo and Switch game cartridges, they have like artwork on the inside of the case.
I'm not done yet.
The final 10 seconds.
Unleash the Vishanti's power.
Did we make it? Not quite yet.
I'm going down.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Also, those you know the things the Turkins stole from the party when they stole the food in chapter 4? When the Turkins
Oh my
stole the
gosh.
food into it.
How did I just get 3 of them?
Get ready. Here come the bad guys.
By the way, do you think Marvel Rivals will make Overwatch 2 try to up its game?
That is the hope.
Epic victory.
You think it's gonna work?
No, because it's Blizzard. One day I'll get to watch
Technically-
me play Overwatch.
Technically Micro Blizz. And nothing changed even after the Microsoft acquisition.
Yeah,
We watched Josh Scorcher's 2024 fails.
I have not. I don't keep up with him too
He
much.
does this every year. He does a fails of that year.
I'm familiar.
It grew out of when he was. When he started, he was just doing individual companies.
Yep, I'm familiar with his content. I just haven't watched a whole lot lately.
By the way, if you ever do a
Pick your
Trails
hero.
Trails
Or
a
villain,
Trails
I'm
game,
not judging.
if you get to Sky the Third, there is a point where you might have to do a disturbing content warning.
I never do those.
Oh, you might consider for Trails in the Sky the Third, because there's something kind of horrifying in that. I'm trying to remain vague.
I usually don't worry about such things. If people have such issues, avoiding them usually doesn't help.
Well, it deals with, let's say, do you want me to explain it because it's a tiny spoiler? And you
Don't worry about it then.
And still destroy
Yeah.
them.
But it is one of those things where
Drive energy
it's
is a powerful
more disturbing than what
weapon.
Edelgard went
30
through.
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Freedom's an idea.
It's like what Edelgard went through, but in more
I do
detail.
the absolute best I can every time.
Perhaps they could even cut you.
Doubt it, but don't try.
And it was also
Clear
even more disturbing.
Unless you wish
In fact, it was so bad it's it's uncensored on the PC version,
The battle
which is on
starts in
which is
5,
the only version we have in the
4,
West. But on the PSP version in Japan, on the later versions, they had to censor it because of how graphic it got.
Took me years to control this form.
Like, sometimes, like, Dragon Quest VIII had censorship on the 3DS version, but I think that's because of the 0 rating change that got stricter between the 2 releases, and they wanted to keep the same age rating. They didn't want to get a higher age rating, so they lowered it to the same age rating.
You instead, Bucky? Okay, die.
What is your opinion on a company self-censoring something so they can get a lower age rating?
If it's what the company wants, it's not necessarily the worst thing, but at the same time, I can't help but think,
Well, usually they will do it if it's going to be rated AO, they will censor it, because an AO game is basically a death sentence.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if that's still the case, though, since, well, given what Steam has been permissive of.
Well, true, but AO games will not. If you want to release on anything other than the PC, you can't. You have to lower the rating.
Although PC basically is the gaming market outside of Switch right now.
True, but still, it still makes sense to
die.
Maybe, but it still makes sense to port things to PS5 and Xbox because there are still people who buy that stuff. There is still a reason to do that. An AO game, you literally cannot sell that in stores.
Well, there's not a whole lot of physical stores anyway at this point. At least any that people pay attention to. Probably would keep you off of the console market if nothing else.
And some people want that console market because they want to put it on everything. So, if they want to put it on everything, they have to lower it. Reminds me, have you ever heard of the hot coffee mod for GTA San Andreas?
Who hasn't heard of that?
Yeah, that one they had to remove it because of because that's an issue.
Because that does affect your rating.
Yeah, and if it's an AO game, you literally cannot pull it stores.
Although I've been surprised by what they've allowed to keep it M rating, so part of me wonders. Hi, Jeff!
Things have changed.
Die, Jeff! I said die, Jeff, thank you.
Why can't Pokemon games have don't have the game corner anymore? European gambling laws, they'd have to, because if a game it's an instant 18 plus if it has any form of gambling.
Well, that does annoy me, to be fair, because the game corner in Pokemon Yellow taught me that casinos are bullshit.
Yeah, but apparently they disagree on the influence of that. They banned loot boxes there in the EU.
Even so.
Europe has much stricter gambling laws. And what is considered gambling. And what is considered gambling is much stricter in some places. Technically, gambling is illegal in Japan, but pachinko parlors still exist. Because they exploit a loophole.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do? Hello! Oh, it's a Jeff.
You're never alone.
Okay, fine, I'll run away.
And basically, why they decided to remove it, it just got a pain to remove it every time for the European release. So they just said, screw it, let's just not have it.
Oh hell. Okay, where's the... There's gotta be a healer for Cap to still be alive. Where is he?
We're fine. Nocturne Season 2, Castlevania Nocturne Season 2 came out. It was pretty good.
I haven't seen the first season.
People didn't like it, but it's not bad. It is not the best season, but it does have its rough spots, but it's not bad.
Well, not the best season is a high bar after 2.
We keep fighting until we can't fight anymore.
It has issues. It's not the best paced one. It has some pacing issues, but it's more of a lot of season 2's. A lot of it was building up for season 2, and season 2 got a lot more positive reception. You might want to.
When's the last time I turned on Netflix? Maybe for Arcane Season 2, and that had problems.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't really paid attention to it.
I didn't mind it when I was watching it, but thinking, Arcane Season 1 held up to a rewatch. I don't think Season 2 will.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
By the way, what is your thoughts on... Have you ever thought about discussing the themes of a game? Like, not just whether it makes sense, but also, what is the game trying to say?
I did that a lot in my Valkyria Chronicles 4 review.
That's a thing you should do in the Xenoblade, because it has a lot of thematic... The Xeno is more thematic in its storytelling than it is strictly just plot.
Jeez, Wolverine. That's gonna be fun to deal with.
You know, Mobius represents something. You may not be quite aware of what that is, but it does but they do represent something.
My feeling is, as long as it makes enough, well, as long as it makes sense to where you can follow along and everybody's acting in character and whatnot, then we can start talking themes. That's usually how I operate. Because it's nice to have this idea of, hey, I want to try and express this idea, and yeah, go for it. That's always good. It's always nice to have that kind of idea. But
yeah, some people put more emphasis on the themes than the overall logistics. Yeah. Some companies do that.
The issue you run into is if events in the game or story or what have you end up contradicting the intended theme, and that's where you run into trouble. Hello, Doctor. Goodbye, Doctor. Haven't you died yet? Oh, crap.
You know, Mobius a lot of people don't like Mobius because of how cookie cutter they are and how mustache swirly they are.
I'll have to see what exactly led to that state, though. Because, honestly, it does seem jarring, especially for, I think it's Jay, to go from, hey, I really like you guys, to, oh, suddenly I'm just gonna be mustache twirler until I'm not.
Well, to be precise with Jay, it's also, he was essentially... You do realize when you become a Mobius, you gain
I am well aware of what he relived and what he saw in order to reach that point. Even so, I have trouble... Well, I have trouble believing that he would have that much of a different change in perspective once given a bit of extra power. I believe the shift. I don't know if I believe the extremity of the shift.
That one is debated. Also, Gondor is a bit of a controversial character in the game.
Which one?
Gondor. Some people really like her, some people really like Gondor, others really hate her. It's because of how abrasive she is.
Honestly, the only reason that I would see quote-unquote hating her would be with how things turned out with Shania. Because how much...
a big part of it.
Here's the question. How much is Gondor complicit in what happened with Shania?
Gondor, he was giving good advice. I don't think Shania, it was not the right advice for Shania at the time.
Because the difficulty with that is that, yes, it is still Shania's choice to turn away and be, well, and to join Mobius, turn traitor and all that fun stuff, but the problem is that there's, at least so far, there has been zero penalty for all the trouble that Gondor gave her, so if there's little to no recognition of that, I can see why people would be upset. How am I not dead yet?
Yeah, I think it's, well, I just think, Gondor is just not a sensitive person.
These come in real.
Gondor is not a sensitive person, so she has trouble relating to that.
There's sensitive person, and then there's aggressive.
Well, knowing that, Monica's husband died very shortly after Shania was born, and Monica decided to become the elder very soon, so Shania really didn't have a ton of people. But basically, and due to how the Whitaker raised Monica, and how Monica, they are treated more or less like,
well,
they are a very soldier family.
Well, I understand that. But what I'll be curious to see is, well, I understand why Gondor acted the way she did with Shania. The problem is, the end result is, Shania still turned away, and part of it was because of how abrasive Gondor was. I'd hope that there'd be more acknowledgement than what we've seen thus far.
Anyway. Also, Shania is also a base-breaking character. Shania on her own is a base-breaking character herself. Are you familiar with the term base-breaking character?
Nope.
TV trope.
Life energy is a powerful weapon against evil.
You know what? Here's your
I'm not
chance
the
for me
type
to
who
see a
fades
Fantastic Four
quietly into the
character.
background.
It's sort
Before
of a
we
character
speak of
that
the call, I
fans
would like
either
to ask if I'd be allowed to. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from jumping in, Regal. Come on in.
quote
After all
something
these
you can see
years,
in here is like
saving the world
the
still
image on TV tropes for it is gotta love Asper, gotta hate Asper, where basically there is like either the fandom loves the character or they hate the character, and there is no in between. Sort of like one side where the character has a split face in the fandom. One character, character is loved by some people in the fandom, others hate the character. The fandom cannot agree on what their consensus, cannot make a consensus opinion on it.
3, 2, 1.
It's not just like a small.
All you need to do is capture the mission
Yeah,
area.
in general,
Got it?
of like a small, like Edelgard is somewhat face-breaking in the community. Some really like her, others despise her. Make sense?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's one of those situations. Shania and
Oh,
Gondo
jeez.
are both in that situation. Where some people dislike Shania. There are people who don't like Noah because he's less bombastic compared to Rex and Shulk.
Did you really need another screamer, though? Let's be honest.
I'll put this to good use.
Nobody noticed the invisible woman.
By the way, have you have you watched Monsters vs. Aliens?
I think I have seen it, though it was a long time ago.
It's one of those films that I cannot tell if it's good or not. It's not one
Honestly,
of DreamWorks' best.
It's so
Not one of their
cheesy
best.
that I can't. Well, honestly, it's so cheesy that you can't help but grin at it. That's usually that's my take on it. It's
Yeah,
just cheesy
I'll
fun.
It had a
I'll say
character
this.
made of Jello who had a thing of Jello.
Jeez, where'd you
That's
come
10 out of
from,
10 right
Star-Lord?
there.
Yeah,
Also,
you're
who's
a little
speaking?
too loud there. He's been there for a while.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I've
clear
only
I'm
been-
still
well,
needed here.
let me put it this way. I'm a bit distracted by the game, so I'm not paying all that much attention.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Alright.
Maybe you should try to DS. Maybe you should try to DS Zelda games at some point. The DS Zeldas.
At some
Out
point,
of
I
my
need to check
glasses,
them out.
too. They're sequels to Wind Waker, so you might want to play that first. It's basically Phantom Hourglass is like a
Damn, what the
Spirit
hell was
Spirit.
that? That was a Spider-Man?
It's a-
Okay, how'd that work? I need to see this.
Phantom Hourglass is a few
Whoa.
a few
It's clear I'm still needed here.
like only a little bit after Spirit Trek, a little bit after Wind Waker, and then Spirit Trek is like 100 years later.
Disappear!
Like, they're all in the same continuity. You know, people have been complaining about the Zelda timeline since forever, and honestly, I don't get why people complain about it so damn much.
Just in time. Thanks.
Zelda timeline. Personally, I'm like, yes, there is a timeline. Do Nintendo put a ton of effort into it? Not really. It's more of an afterthought for them.
Yeah,
You
it
think
is
about
very
it.
clearly an afterthought when you... I do not know
get
how
down-
you would try and make any sense of null in the timeline with where they put it.
They mostly, it's one of those things where it's something, you know, like think about it somewhat, but it's one of those, they're not gonna hold, it's not something they hold themselves to. Basically what they do is they make the game, make the story, and then try to fit in the timeline later. That's basically what happens.
It's clear I'm still
When
needed
did they
here.
even start the
Psionic
timeline?
burst.
It was something that was fans theory. I think it was right before Skyward Sword is when they tried to finalize it.
They had stated they had a timeline before Skyward Sword, before Hyrule Historia. Like there are interviews going back a while saying that they did have it. It's just it wasn't revealed until 2012 when Hyrule Historia came out.
Don't think I don't see you, Black Widow.
One
I
of those
realize
things
hitting
where-
melee with you is a bad idea. You have an easier time hitting me than I would you.
medicine.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Okay.
Maybe
got
you
the
should
first
play.
objective.
If you ever go back to Fire
so
Emblem,
easily.
maybe you should try Awakening and Fates.
Needed a little boost.
Honestly, I'd want to.
Thanks.
Honestly, I'd want to finish my playthrough of the Binding Blade, although I'm pretty sure I've lost my save data.
Restart. No, I
Yep.
think Fire Emblem should bring back trial maps.
You've mentioned that a few times.
They had them in 6, 8, and I believe 9 and 9, but they aren't really in any other games. There's also the EX missions in FE12, which never got localized. Yeah, FE12, which is a remake of FE3, though, the second half of FE3. Sorry. The first half of FE1. The first half of FE3 is a remake of FE1, which got remade as FE11.
Uh-oh, I'm about to be that. Or I'm dead anyway. That'd be it. Yeah, get him!
If you ever replay,
Get him, Jeff!
if you ever
Get
want
him!
to try Final Fantasy 1, maybe you should
I'll fight for
maybe
my
you should try
family
playing
until the end.
FE11.
Which one's 11?
The remake of FE1.
Hmm.
Well, technically the second remake of FE1 because they remade FE1 and FE3.
A lot of remakes.
Well, FE1 is a FE3 Book 1 is a remake of FE1, but it's also a bit of a truncated remake. It cuts out some things.
Anyone willing to help?
Cuts out some stuff because it was trying. It also had a
Jeez!
It also has FE3. Also, Book 2 is much longer and is pretty much is entirely a sequel.
Spider-Man do
This
that
is what
much
it-
damage
well,
that quickly. Holy crap!
FE1 has only been remade twice, and every other FE game has been remade, and only 2 other games have gotten remakes, which are FE3 and FE2. Funnily enough, you know combat arts, they first appeared in Echoes.
Yep, I'm aware.
Yeah, although in that one, I think they used HP instead. Kind of like how Magic in that game also uses HP because that's what FE2 did. In FE2 and FE and in Echoes, they in Guided and Echoes, they
What are you doing behind it?
Magic actually uses HP in those games. So if you cast a strong spell, you'll take health to the art. Are you familiar with the Fire Emblem YouTuber Lang?
I got you covered.
I think I've heard of him. The name sounds familiar, though. Didn't he get outed as a creep a while back? Or am I thinking of the wrong
Maybe.
one?
I have no idea.
I think it was Max.
But he did a.
Yeah, Mecha did. I think it was Max. Where'd you go?
He did Guide in a Bridge, which is basically you play Guide and then edit it in the shitposty way.
Of course he did.
Don't mess with the amazing
Also, this was
Spider-Man!
funny. I think Gas also did Fire Emblem Awakening and Fates randomizers. He also did 2 for 3 houses. Basically, what's funny is certain characters getting replaced with other characters. Honestly, I think it's better with the 3DS games, the ones that didn't have voice acting, because you could imagine because it's distracting hearing the canonical characters' voices come out of a different model. It's weird.
Alright.
Have you ever considered doing a randomizer for Fire Emblem?
I don't see the point.
It is. You know there.
Purely for the
there's a one
jokes,
where,
I could see the appeal, but I've got a bunch of
It's a
other
fun
stuff I
thing
prefer to do first.
where it's for flipping the order of which you unlock characters, where the characters you unlock at the end of the game you get first, and the ones you unlock at the beginning you get last.
Vengeance is mine.
This is something Gas said about Nate said about F1 in his guide in the video on FE8 in FE8. It's like he likes to go shit map in that game. Familiar with that? Go shit map in FE8.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Go shit map in Fire.
Oh, the ghost ship map?
Shit map in Sacred. Yeah, in Sacred Stone.
And which one?
Sacred Stone. FE8.
I'm trying to remember. I remember there being one ship map, but I don't remember much more beyond that.
Yeah, it's also, he said it's the only map in that game that's challenging. He says that FE8 is not challenging.
I don't remember the Sacred Stones being that challenging, to be fair.
Feeling fantastic.
Don't mess with the amazing
Well, I'm dead.
Spider-Man!
FE9. You know, I hear FE9 and 10 did not do very well in Japan.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's clear I'm still needed
Radiant, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn.
30 seconds.
Have you ever thought about trying to play Your Ring Saga?
Eventually, maybe.
It is created by Fire Emblem. He made 2 games, he made Fury Saga and Furwick Saga. Furwick Saga plays less like Fire Emblem. Instead of grid-based, like where it's actually hexagon. His spaces are shaped like hexagon shapes instead. He just hexagon shaped instead.
It's clear I'm still needed here.
It's gonna be close.
Also, you can basically Fury Saga. It's basically Fire Emblem with serial numbers filed off. It is a PS1 game, so you might need to do that. So it will be a pain for you to set up.
Did we win?
Well, you can't expect
Nope.
to win them all.
Hey, what are your thoughts on the Lego games, like Lego Star Wars and stuff?
I've got a couple of them on the shelf behind me.
You know, in the Skywalker Saga game, they make a Xenoblade reference in it.
What?
Do they?
Yeah. In one of the dev areas, I think one of the dev characters is voiced by Adam Houghton because I'm really feeling it.
Okay, which character is this?
It's a character in one of the dev rooms.
That's
It's
right.
one of those behind. It's a special thing. It was a.
The right heroes
Let me pull. I can pull that up.
That's
I can pull that up.
Why?
I can send you the because they had Adam Houghton doing a voice in the game.
Which voice was he doing?
I have to pull that up.
I can see them doing
Freedom's an idea that will
a
never
Lego
die.
Indiana Jones again in the style that they did the Skywalker Saga.
Ah, here
I
it
see
is.
that working well.
I'm not sure when we're getting the next Lego Star Wars game though, because didn't they have to crunch pretty hard to get Skywalker Saga done?
Freedom doesn't come without a fight.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds.
Here, I'm
Stay
gonna
strong.
post it into the. Here's the.
The stakes have gotten a little bit bigger than the neighborhood, haven't they?
No, not the thing.
neighborhood right now.
I'm gonna post this into the.
Oh, it's gonna take
I posted it into the main voice chat.
sudden disposition.
I posted the reference. If you want to look that up.
Alright.
In the main
Battle
voice
starts in
chat.
5,
Apparently I'm not allowed to stand up there. Good to
3,
know.
2, 1. You have to
Hey
stop
Val,
them from
when's
securing
TF2
Suck!
coming out? Hey, do you think we'll ever get a Team Fortress 3?
Nope. Literally
What about
no reason
Half-Life
not
3?
to create one. Don't make me laugh.
Unless TF2 suddenly dies, which is unlikely, but it could happen.
Nah, TF2 will never die. If Overwatch couldn't kill it, Marvel Rivals won't.
I'm going to get something. I'm gonna get something. Give me a sec.
Self-guided spider bombs? Yikes!
Was Overwatch supposed to be a TF2 too?
Oh, there were all sorts of comparisons between Overwatch and TF2 when it came out. They did vary things up with it being more MOBA than class-based, but still, there were a lot of comparisons. Especially between the so comparisons like between the medic and Mercy, Pharah and the soldier, that sort of thing. There were a lot of comparisons.
To be fair, I think that's just I think that comes with the territory of the genre.
Have you ever thought?
I mean, the stuff that Marvel Rivals borrows from Overwatch is a lot.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals is definitely more Overwatch than TF2. Well, then Overwatch
By the
was
way-
TF2.
Have you heard of Paladins?
I have. I played a bit of it. Decent game from what I did play.
I'm specifically talking about the one that was very specifically that was very, very, very Overwatch.
It's still going.
I thought that one was... What was the one that Gearbox made that didn't do well?
It's like
Oh, like Gearbox had a... Also, Borderlands movie.
We do not speak of the Borderlands movies. First rule of the Borderlands movie, you don't talk about the Borderlands movie.
Expect Borderlands 4 to be good.
Hoping it's good.
Probably not, though.
I mean, I heard the gameplay of 3 was fine, it was just the story that was garbage.
Yeah, they tried really hard to push one character, and one character that they tried hard to push was uninteresting and had bad dialogue. Half the gameplay of Borderlands 3, you literally just stood around waiting to listen to people.
You need to stop that vehicle in its
Hey, what do you think of Sea of Thieves?
I've heard of it, I remember it not being well received on launch, but I hear it's going strong right now.
Pick up. Also, people complaining about getting their shit stuff stolen in that game.
I mean, it's a piracy game, why wouldn't you expect that?
Yeah, but people were for a long time were advocating for PvE servers. Without the PvP. There's a portion of the community
There's
that wants
Warlock.
that.
Come here, buddy. I want to die, apparently. Now we're fine with me on cap.
What do you expect from the next Smash Brothers?
Huh?
Whenever that comes out. The next Smash Brothers game.
What are they even gonna do for it?
Well, Sakurai will figure it out if he works on it.
If he is working on it. Not sure what he's up to since he wrapped up the YouTube stuff.
He did stop his YouTube channel to go back to working in game development.
Yeah, but knowing him, he's probably just doing some random Kirby thing. Just to troll us.
He hasn't worked on Kirby since Kirby Air Ride back in 2002 or 3.
Let me have my joke, damn it.
Honestly, he's more likely to work on a Kid Icarus game.
I mean, yes, but still.
So technically, that was
Wait,
still
you
will
can
off
jump like
be
that?
25
Because
according to the ending, they said it would be 25 years after Kid Icarus Uprising came out. There's a joke in there about that. In Kid Icarus Uprising, that the next game is probably not gonna, or Sakurai said, the next game is probably not gonna have until another 25 years. That was a joke.
Did they have one of the Splatoon characters in the last,
Smash Brothers, yes, they had the Inklings. They had the Inklings. If Inklings could take an Echo Fighter, it would probably be the Octo
Alright. Sorry, soldier.
What is your opinion on the overrepresentation of Fire Emblem in Smash? People complain about that.
It's done to promote the game, nothing more. Get over it.
Yeah. Also, people complaining about Luke.
There's a reason why Xenoblade got 2 reps, even though it's very niche as well, and it's for the same reason.
they could have one of the characters from ARMS show up.
He did. Min Min.
Did they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's old news.
I didn't know.
That was one of the first in the second wave.
Yes, it was.
To be fair, I stopped paying attention after the first one.
Why won't you die, you silly person?
You probably would not enjoy Kingdom Hearts, Jay. At least story-wise.
By my understanding, with where they go with the story, that sounds like it would
Kingdom Hearts is...
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts...
that's right.
Oh, it's to be transient. Yes, it's overindulgent.
Oh,
But
I
it's
hate it
also
then.
fun. It's fun because it takes itself 100% seriously.
It's really odd just seeing Disney characters
Also-
trying to fight stuff around.
Another part of why Kingdom Hearts is so successful, the gameplay is also really good. Kingdom Hearts is ridiculous, but it's the fun kind, in my opinion. Anyway.
There's their healer. Hello! Yeah, you better run.
Have you ever read Berserk?
I have not. I've heard good things. It sounds darker than what I'd probably enjoy.
Yeah, it is kind of dumb.
Okay.
The author passed away not too long ago, didn't he?
Yeah.
There were two things. There were really only two things that interested me at this year's Game Awards. Last year's Game Awards.
I didn't even bother watching it.
Okami 2 got announced.
Whatever that is.
With the Okami. It
Oh,
was
that thing.
games by Clover
Sorry, I
Studios.
didn't hear all.
Oh, I thought Okami 2 already came out.
You're thinking Okami Din, which was made by a different dev team.
Oh.
This may or may not be canon to this. I'm leaning no because Kamiya's working on this and he didn't work on Okami Din. That was a DS pseudo sequel.
Hello, Warlock.
You know what? So I got support Sonic Riders.
Well, I'm about to die.
You know, I feel like Sega really... Sega, in my opinion, has a lot of franchises they don't do anything with.
Now that I think of it, what? Well, yeah, there's a lot. Well,
Don't rush it.
they like doing
I don't
stuff
think
with
Sega-
Sonic, but it seems like that's all they're doing. Well, Sonic and Yakuza. Well, Atlas
I was
does a
gonna
lot.
say-
Sonic, Persona, Sonic...
Persona, Yakuza.
Yakuza.
We haven't seen a Valkyria Chronicles in a while, and they own that. They do own Total War, and they're pretty active.
They own Angry Bot Ryu. Technically, yes. Or consider that with Nintendo these days.
Yeah, you're not living through all this. Sorry, buddy.
Phew. Have you heard about what's happening with Platinum?
Didn't one of their founders leave recently? Or at least one of their lead
Yeah.
devs?
Mia left a while back.
Yeah, it sounds like it's no longer what it used to be.
Yeah. There's the director of Astral Chain might have left. Have you ever considered trying, like, Morrowind? Because...
Funnily enough, someone in the latest response video mentioned it as a tutorial that they really like, in contrast to Tears of the Kingdom, so...
By the way, there's Morrowind, which is, By the way, if you ever
There's
do
a
play
video
Morrowind,
for
there's a point where if you're under-leveled for a certain thing, basically what the guy who you get quests from will tell you is, you're too weak for this, go join a guild or something and get stronger. If you are doing story content and basically if you're under-leveled or under-stats, because Morrowind does actually have stats, it just doesn't, it doesn't tell you, you can go to high-level areas and get early on and get stuff, but you also, there is no scaling. There's no scaling, so you...
It sounds like it has
Unlike-
the same issue that I, well, dislike in most open world games then. Or at least
Oh, it
would
does,
have the issue.
the game does have a through line of what to do, because what you get, basically, you make your character, you're given a package to deliver to a certain person, and then he gives you a few quests. And then you basically have to follow, you can follow that quest line, but you also can follow a bunch of other quest lines.
A fire
Basically,
burns
Morrowind
inside
is
you.
more about your
That's
story
literally
in a
true.
lot of things.
Is it?
You,
I just
what are
meant
you
the
gonna
feeling
do?
I could
That's a
sense.
lot of what Elder Scrolls.
Watch me
Or
fight and you'll
you kind of roleplay it in the setting instead of trying to be a.
Might be worth checking out at some point. I have heard, well, I don't know if it's, is it Oblivion or Morrowind that people like the most?
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Oblivion, Morrowind, and Skyrim are kind of all their popularity is sort of in a. They're all kind of like. Maybe you should. Well, if you play Daggerfall, one of those things is. Daggerfall, you can do the main quest, but you can also just completely ignore the main quest and do whatever the fuck you want. Something funny, in lore-wise, technically all the endings of Daggerfall are canon. Daggerfall has multiple endings.
How are all of them technically canon at once?
Here's the thing. There's something called the Dragon Breaker Curse. It's a thing in Elder Scrolls lore. Basically, what happened is, when you activated the Numidium, all of them happened at the exact same time, because time essentially broke. And essentially, a bunch of... So basically, people saw all the endings happening at once, and it was mass chaos. It lasted 3 days, and in the end, the Numidium was blown to pieces again. and then disappeared. And essentially, parts of basically the four kingdoms of hundreds of kingdoms.
Uh-oh, run! Damn it! Whoa!
It's
He got 4 people with that!
basically, to describe what person says when asking about it, it's
And Gilgamesh
basically...
is unrestrained.
Okay, I'll move on.
Yeah, it's alright. No, go ahead.
By the way,
I just find it amusing as well.
I recommend trying the, like a lot of the, Tamriel rebuilt mods for Morrowind, if you like it. Basically, they're trying to recreate, because Morrowind was originally conceptualized as going to be the entirety of the province, but it got shrunk down to just the island of Vardenfell. It's not the entire province. The island at the north, at the big island in the center.
Time to go.
The rest of it is blocked off. Basically, even before the game came out, a bunch of people came together to remake the rest of Morrowind, and then there are people remaking Skyrim in Morrowind, along with Cyrodiil, but not until they originally obliterated Skyrim. They're being remade as they were described in Elder Scrolls 3 during that era's lore, because they've changed the lore a few times since then. Cyrodiil is released there, but the vacant shores of this city of Anvil and the coast.
I have a bad feeling about this. Please stop hitting me! Please stop hitting me!
Have you ever read any of the Zelda mangas?
I have not. I've heard good things about the Twilight Princess one.
Yeah, there's that, but there's also the other ones which are much shorter. Usually, there's Ocarina of Time, which is 2 volumes, and the Four Swords, which is 2 volumes. Every other single one is just a 1 volume. It's just a 1 volume story.
Look who just showed up.
Have you ever considered reading the Pokemon Adventures manga?
I've read bits and pieces. Off me. Damn. Ow.
Yes, there is the Arbok scene, but funnily enough, that Arbok survives.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Do I
The
want to
Arbok
know?
getting sliced in half.
I do not know about that.
It's pretty much what 90% of the fan base knows about it, even though technically and they think it's all dark and edgy. It's not. It's really around the average shonen level of violence.
I think that's more concerning than anything else.
In terms of it's no panty shots, but there is the occasional bit of blood or something.
We are undefeatable!
Anyway, moving on. Anyway.
Ah, man, I cannot hit Iron Man to save my life today.
Are you really a champion of Norath games?
Huh?
Champions of Norath.
Not familiar.
It's using the same engine as the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games. The ones that were on PS2 and stuff.
Yeah.
Using that same engine, which is it's using that, but it's set in the EverQuest world instead of it's set in the EverQuest universe instead of set in the D&D universe.
Maximum! Don't mess with the amazing spider!
Whoa!
Are you familiar with Dungeons and Dragons Online or D&D Online?
Yeah, I played a little bit of
The
it.
MMO, the MMO.
Yeah, I played a bit
Turbine.
of it.
Yeah,
Way back when. It's still
It was not. I think it is. It's run by the same studio that made Lord of the Rings Online. That's still going.
Fair enough, I guess. Well, I'm about to get hit.
Although, you probably
Nice knowing
won't be
you, boys.
starting another. You probably won't be doing an MMO because you will get. As you would be about if you got addicted to it, you'd probably lose all your time. Are you too intimidated by MMOs to try them?
It's not a matter of intimidation, it's just time commitment. So I suppose that would seem the same thing to you.
Well, there is Final Fantasy, from what I understand, is a lot more casual in the MMO space. Look, a lot of people just play for the main story. Although there are some points where you are required to do some raids when you're usually low tier. They're not asking you to do when they ask you to do raids, it's usually they're not asking you to do the super hard ones. They're asking you to do the mild ones. And yeah.
I have to get Black Widow out to deal with you, Iron Man. Okay, nope, we're good.
Oh, what have you heard about Velgar?
Nothing but terrible things. The only good thing I've heard is that gameplay's alright. That's it. Everything else has been complete and total cringe, what I've seen.
No, BioWare kind of fell off.
Kinda? They haven't been good since Mass Effect 3 at best.
Mass Effect 3 is kind of... And Mass Effect 3 is contentious.
Well, Mass Effect 2 has some contention. Wasn't that the Prothean DLC issue, or was that 3?
I think 3 has the Citadel DLC.
Okay, I didn't get X. Good.
I think it's... Personally, I would say... Honestly, the most I know of Mass Effect is from reading fanfiction where it crosses over with other stuff. That's the most I know about... I haven't really... I'll say this about Mass Effect. It's never really interested me because it just...
Well, here's the hot take that you'll sometimes see. Arguably, BioWare hasn't had a solid win since Dragon Age Origins.
In my opinion, BioWare are somewhat hacks, but that's just me.
Well, BioWare were always never amazing at storytelling. They were good at telling... Well, they were good at generic but well executed. That was always their strength, and that's what I liked about Baldur's Gate 2. That you're not expecting anything revolutionary, but you will have a good time. It'll be enjoyable, well made. I'll be curious to see what they do. I haven't played the third game, so no idea how well they'll do it.
There are already people complaining about it just based on that trailer.
Well, given that... Well, I mean, that's more culture war bullshit, so I can't really comment on that without breaking my state of neutrality.
Yeah, but I'll just say this. We know practically nothing about the game. Shut up!
Yeah, we don't know too much about it. We'll have to see.
All we have is a teaser, and that tells us...
All we know is gameplay, and, well, the problem is CD Projekt has a checkered history now because of the way Cyberpunk released, so... That's going to be the moment of truth. If they can land The Witcher 4, they'll be fine. If they can't, people are going to look at them with suspicion from now on, regardless of how good it ends up being.
What do you think of... Oh yeah. Have you ever read Cyberpunk Edge Runners?
I watched the first episode of it, said, wow, this is really well made. I have no desire to watch anymore.
Why is that?
Too dark for my liking.
Oh, it is Studio Trigger.
Yeah, my thinking was, alright, yeah, I see why people like this. I'm not a big fan of the cyberpunk aesthetic, but I can see why people like this. This is not a story I wish to see to conclusion. This is more dour than I'm prepared to deal with right now.
We must press the
What do you think
attack.
have you ever thought about playing any fighting games on this channel? Like any of the fighting games.
Maybe at some point, but I don't know what I could... Well, I don't know how valuable my perspective would be on that for the review channel, and I don't know if there'd be enough substantial single-player content to be worth exploring some of the older stuff.
Oh, there is Guilty Gear.
Oh, that is
If
true.
you play Guilty Gear... Guilty Gear Strive Story is basically just watching an anime. An in-game engine.
About to get my own. Well, we'll have to see. Honestly, I mean, I'd probably... Well, here's the thing. I'm terrible at fighting games for the similar reason that I'm terrible at platformers, though I enjoy fighting games more.
I feel like if you played more platformers, you would get better, but that's...
In theory, but that is the thing. I mean, will I have time to play more?
Well, if you... By the way, you're gonna watch that DKC... Donkey... By the way, when you do the DK64 video by Some Call Me Johnny, stick to the end. There's a funny bit at the end.
Oh.
He does his own take on the DK rap.
Why does that exist?
The DK rap is on a... I kind of enjoy the DK rap.
I only ironically enjoy it.
It's ironic. Yes, it's bad, but it's in the funny kind of bad.
I can agree with that. Then that's why I can
30
ironically
seconds
enjoy
before you
it.
attack.
I can unironically enjoy I Am All of Me. I can't unironically enjoy the DK rap.
What about what is a man?
A miserable pile of secrets.
Yes, that is bad, but in a funny kind of bad. Because it just feels like nobody is giving a shit.
The battle starts in 5.
Wait, what?
Four,
Game
Richter.
started.
3, 2,
Victor Belmont
1.
in Symphony of the
All you need to
Night
do is
doesn't
capture the mission
does not
area. Got it?
sounds like he doesn't give a shit.
My share of mistakes, but I am fighting every day to make amends.
Oh boy, 3 tanks. This is gonna go well. Actually, I'm kind of curious to see how this goes.
See them?
Let's see what they got.
Right
What
there.
have you heard? What have you heard about Konami lately? Because I haven't heard of. Mostly they just mostly just remaster or port things these days.
I have not heard anything of what they're up to lately, which concerns me a bit, actually.
At most, they released the Silent Hill 2 remake recently.
You know what?
and
I'm
I heard that got
curious.
praised.
How can I do on Black
That
Widow
was
if
like-
it's gonna be hard to if it's gonna be hard to approach them? I wonder if I could get away with being the sniper.
I wonder if you would like Silent Hill.
I'm not a fan of horrors, so no telling. Probably not then.
It's technically a survival horror.
Even so. Well,
Yeah, what?
My
You
usual
don't like
thing on
horror
hor-
because you're.
yeah, my usual thing on horror is I go for video games for usually power fantasies or strategy, and you usually, well,
Widow is operational again.
the
A lot of
focus
the
of
time in
horror games
Resident-
is to explicitly take away that power. So,
A lot of the time in survival horror, it's usually yes, you can kill this thing, but it's also you're also going to be wasting resources by doing that. So it's only kill things if they're in your way. Mostly just ignore them if they're not in your way.
uh-oh. Run! Run!
Resident Evil, especially like the older ones, a lot of the time you see people run by enemies. Mostly, sometimes it's because they're kind of in the way, but they're all they only kill monsters when they're in the way, but otherwise they ignore them because you have limited resources, so it's not worth killing them. Someone just easy.
Okay. Alright, no more Black
Just kidding.
Widow. I am bad at this. Who would be good to try? We do need an attacker, but... Let's try Quill out.
What do you?
There's only one genuine
Not like
certified
the.
Star-Lord.
Not saying you ever played. What are your thoughts on the looks of the HD 2D games?
I can see... Well, I can see the appeal. I don't know if I've seen enough to really have a strong opinion on it.
Well, if you do play Octopath Traveler, I recommend you play 1 before 2, because even though 2 is significantly better and improves on everything from gameplay, playing 2 before 1 makes it really hard to go back to 1. Mostly it's just due to how all the stuff they added in 2, the improvements they made. Although, here's the thing with Octopath, it's more like, it's less like one... It's more like 8 smaller stories that all take place in the same world that somewhat interconnect, not one massive story. Because most of the stories are mostly independent, but they all tie into a larger story, but more like one of the characters, the only tie he has is he just met a guy he just knows a guy who happened to be involved in the story. Had a past encounter. Octopath is more about its gameplay and story for the most part.
Oh man!
Bravely,
I forgot how insane Scarlet Witch's ult could be. Damn! That hurt.
I think you would like triangle strategy.
All in due time. All in due time. I'm just gonna keep saying
It's triangle-
eventually until the point is hammered bloody in.
Well, you're gonna need to get a sledgehammer because my skull's too thick.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Also, if you tried doing that, I would probably kick you in the nuts.
You would try.
Hey, I would defend myself.
Even so. Sledgehammer bit. Well. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Folks see that they're making a new Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah, I saw that. Ninja Gaiden 4, I saw that. I didn't watch the Xbox Direct, I only found out about that secondhand.
I'm not judging.
And I think they're also remastering the second one.
They do the signature collection on that.
But it worked out for everybody.
Anyway, do you think we'll get a Switch? Do you think we'll have a Direct next month?
There is rumor of it for original Switch stuff, but I don't know how.
Not Switch 2, because that's not till 8.
Yeah.
But...
I don't know if it makes sense for them to do. Well, they've already got a Pokemon Presents that they'll likely do. I think
if they don't
that's
do a
a pretty
Direct,
safe
they'll
bet.
probably
I
do
just
a
don't know if
Presents.
they do anything else.
Presents possibly a Direct,
30
unlikely,
seconds
but
before
you
you
might.
attack. Get ready.
It's like we'll probably see something for Nintendo next
Strange
month.
can be Sorcerer Supreme. I think I'm
Genuine
going to be
question
Scientist Supreme.
here. What is the difference between the Switch 1 and 2?
Hank Pym says it is.
Just 2 is more powerful, or at least that's what it's gonna be.
I heard it's gonna be more powerful. It's like the PS4 Pro.
Okay.
The battle starts
I mean, that would be
in
nice. A powerful, like, handheld device.
Well,
2, 1.
yeah.
All you need to do is capture
You know,
the
people were saying that AJ. People were saying the Switch 2's name was confusing and saying it's all the Wii U again.
I don't know what that's saying. No to buy it.
You hear what I said, Jay?
Why would it be a confusing name?
I've heard people say that, and I disagree with it, but I've heard people say that. That's gonna be Wii U all over again.
How is it confusing? It's just the next model.
I need assistance.
I mean, it's like
Yeah.
you have this, like, iPhone 7.
I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm just saying I've heard that sometimes from people. I think they're trolls, but I'm not sure.
Ow. Okay, we need to shake things up. Yeah, I need a diver.
I agree
Alright.
with this other fellow here. The iPhones alone, their naming conventions get confusing. They can't remember that there's a difference between a Switch 1 and a Switch 2.
I mean, the Switch 1 was so great, why isn't there a Switch 2, right?
PS4, PS5, Xbox
Yeah, people
One.
haven't. I get the feeling that I did Nintendo not have much to Nintendo tends to be have a bit of a showmanship quality to them. Either they either like to show things off with a grand fair, or they just like understating things.
Gotta keep you on your toes, right?
Nintendo is kind of hard to predict. People are, at least Nintendo. You know, people were like, have you seen the True Grade Seeker on the Switch 2 announcement?
I have not. Actually, I need to look that up. They're usually pretty fun.
Yeah, there's a thing where Nintendo is like gaming SK at the end, and it's just sort of like having an existential crisis over basically everything else going on in the gaming industry. So people got confused about the month, thinking that the April was actually February because of how dates are laid out in other countries.
They do it reverse, don't they? They do...
Yeah, we do month. I believe we do month, day, year. They do day, month, year.
I learned that when I was 23.
So people got some people got a bit confused by that because
We captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
no, Sony has a lot more stuff I feel like they could put on PC that they just don't. Because if they're porting to PC, why don't they port a lot of their older stuff?
That would make too much sense. And it would compete with their new stuff, and you'd realize that the old stuff is better most
True.
likely.
But Sony barely has like a humongous gap between release dates. They have space.
Yeah, but why do that when we can then make live service games instead and push those out and have them completely occupy your life?
Yeah, that's the last one that failed horribly.
Oh, is that
You'd think they'd learn their... Yeah, and they canceled 2 of them because of it.
Yeah. So why not just port your old shit? At least Nintendo, even if they don't port older stuff Emil, at least they still do port it.
Eventually.
Yeah, Nintendo just takes their time because they have a bunch of other stuff they want to make and release too.
Aren't they re-releasing Donkey Kong Country?
Yes. Probably as a stopgap measure. It's been a while since we've had a new Donkey Kong game, so we'll get one eventually. It's been 10 years since Return came out. The original release of TKC.
I would like to have another one of the ones with the bombs.
Ah, Donkey. Are you talking Jungle Me or Tonga? Fucking the you can play Taiko no Tsujin. Which is basically what that is at Clono.
Alright, there's their healer down. Oh, you're gonna let me claim this? Oh, you were letting me claim this. I'm sad now. Please die for me, Doctor Strange. I want to feel better about my life. Oh, I'll take a Wolverine kill. You guys took a long time to cook me down.
Yeah, it seems Sony is less interested in. It seems Sony. It's like Sony seems to half-ass their PC stuff.
Yeah, and these SEO. Well, what is it? The Sony login has been keeping me away from them lately as well. Sony, you have a habit of getting hacked. Please don't require this for single player only.
Yeah, Sony is. Microsoft, they port their stuff immediately. Sony seems to half-ass it, Nintendo just doesn't bother.
Yeah, well, Nintendo has enough market share where they can get away with that.
Get ready.
Nintendo says, why bother? Because we're not gonna. We lose more money doing that than we would. It'd be worth the effort.
Hydra isn't exactly known for their ethical.
Like Nintendo, we carved out our own niche. We're just gonna stay in our niche.
Yep.
Experienced here. I lived through it once. I'd rather not do it again.
People want them, but you have to realize like it's not gonna happen unless they would only do it if they were going to die or they were leaving the game if they were leaving the console. Neither is gonna happen.
No, that's fine. I just remembered that they had Call of Duty games on the DS.
Yes, they did. You know, they stopped doing that. Call of Duty, but then again, Call of Duty's kind of gone too. It's kind of long in the tooth, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Amazed people still play it. How do they feel?
Do we really need it? Do we really need a new Call of Duty every year?
Yes, apparently.
I mean,
I think it would have been better just to do it every 3 years.
Get off, Strange. This is mine!
I mean, whatever makes them money.
Hey, I wanted to claim that. I want to stay on this.
Honestly, EA hasn't really done anything this last year. Did anything happen with EA last year?
They released Dragon Age the Veilguard.
Well, that's about it.
Apex
Everything
Legends
else
dropped Linux support because they claimed everybody was hacking on it.
And then there's
Heard they released another football game.
You think I'm too old for this?
EA, well, nothing
EA
big
the FIFA
outside
license?
I am at your service.
Maybe, I don't remember. Honestly, Octopus has kind of taken their place as the worst gaming company.
Yeah. Jeez!
They're improving a little bit.
What did you hear about? I wonder if we're actually going to get a Hi-Fi Rush because I heard the IP and company got saved by Crafting Games.
It'll be a while before we see anything from that, I suspect.
Oh yes, but
that was a good game too.
Why did Xbox take it down then immediately right after say we need more games like this after they started their studio?
Because they are silly peoples that don't understand.
Microsoft has really never understood the gaming.
Die, Bucky! Wait, where'd you go?
Like, no other company seems to understand that IPs are what's so constant.
Well, that's the problem. They understand that too well. The problem is they put themselves in a position where they have to be bigger and better, but they've hit market saturation point, and that's not going to work anymore.
I mean, they've been sleeping on a lot of companies have been sleeping on some of their better IPs. Like, there hasn't been a Splinter Cell game in how long?
Wasn't there one recently? Wait, why is Hulk carrying Wolverine around? Since when was that a thing?
I think that was a thing in one of the comics. Fastball.
Okay,
I mean, it's funny, but still. Wouldn't expect Hulk and Wolverine to beat that duo.
Well, they have worked together, but they've also fought just as much. Most recent game exclusive was Blacklist in 2015.
I mean, they had, what was it, X-Defiant that had, like, some of the, like, the tech from Splinter Cell, but that wasn't really...
Anyone Anyone that remember X-Play?
It sounds familiar.
They were a review site, and they had a thing where they were very anti-Japanese. Funnily enough, the U.S. market and Japanese market have kind of flip-flopped since in the mid 2010s. Because in the early 2010s and mid 2000s, the Japanese market was actually having a lot of issues in the West. You ever hear the tragedy of Final Fantasy 13?
Was that a flop?
It's not a Tales
Oh,
Square
that game
Enix
was-
would like you to know.
That game was lambasted a lot for how linear it was. It was literally nicknamed the Hallway Simulator. Basically, there are no towns, it's literally just hallways the entire game. They're really pretty hallways, but it's mostly hallways.
You'll need
With
a
the occasional
top-notch team to win
deviation
this
for a
one.
treasure chest, and that's about it.
Ooh, I
It's
haven't
basically
seen a
walk
wiki.
forward, fight, walk forward, fight, walk forward, fight. Also, people didn't really like 13's story that much.
That's putting it mildly, by my understanding.
A lot of made-up words in that.
Well, you know what? If you're gonna give me a load
It was
gauge, here.
it was a game full of Squeenixes.
Only cowards.
What have you heard about FF16?
Do you truly believe
Final
you can
Fantasy
stop my
16.
grand scheme?
30 seconds before you
I
attack. Get ready.
heard that it was a bit too try-hard for what they were intending, but I don't know much beyond that.
I'm not a hero. I'm the Punisher.
Have you heard the story about Final Fantasy 15, or originally was Final Fantasy Versus 13?
I did not hear that tale. Wasn't
The
keeping
developments,
too close to an eye on it.
it went through dev hell for 10 years. It was announced in 2006 and released till 2016.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and it changed. The more was working out originally, he got swapped out midway through.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
And a lot of the unused concepts are being reused in Kingdom Hearts.
Holy!
Because the more
Oh
it's
my
played.
gosh, this rocket boot buff is amazing!
What, the infinite ammo?
Yeah, I just kept shooting and they kept dying. Alright, I have to do the joke. Alright, let me up here. Oh, you don't let me put a turret on this? They don't let me put a turret on this! Scum!
Oh wait, what do you think of Death Battle?
I haven't watched them in like 4 years.
A bit
Oh,
silly.
they escaped Rooster Teeth when Rooster Teeth died.
Yeah, a bit silly. Nice, well, they're useful for trivia, but I wouldn't give them much more than that. Because
They are not the most accurate.
yeah, because I mean,
That's
looking
not
at,
what
I think it was Dimitri versus Guts, and I'm sat there going, oh wait, so you're saying because Edelgard was able to kill Rhea with a weapon, that clearly means Dimitri is just as durable. No! Why are we
That's a lot of what the
No,
versus
Dimitri is not as durable as the Immaculate One. What are you saying?
That is something you see a lot of in a lot of taking one up. That is a thing that happens a lot. The first
Well, I mean,
Death Battle was more for the fight than it is for the accuracy.
But the problem is that if you're going to make an argument about accuracy, then you really do need that there. Oh, damn it.
True.
That stupid squirrel!
Funnily enough, the most recent they did it Among Us versus Fall Guys recently.
Why?
This is not over.
It was more of a. Oh, before that was Bowser versus Eggman.
That one could be
That one at least
interesting.
makes a bit more sense.
That one could be interesting.
That one was more of an. That was more of an army battle than it was a straight up one-on-one.
That would be interesting on that basis.
Then the egg empire versus
Ready to die? Oh, everybody's dead.
Bowser won, by the way.
I was gonna say, Bowser has dry bones on his side. That's kind of
And
just
Bowser
like
can turn it and he can become Dry Bowser. Bowser won in the end. Mostly because a lot of.
Almost there.
Well, a lot of it came down to a lot of their hacks neutralize each other, so it came down to pretty much the stats in the end.
Wait, hold on.
Were
they including the death egg?
Yes. Bowser Bowser was reduced. Bowser had been in Fury Bowser and was reduced to bones, but he survived. Dry Bowser's a thing.
Get back here, Squirrel. Run! Avoid the Magneto!
There was somebody who was like power scaling Squirrel Girl, and they were like, yeah, Squirrel Girl just beats like everybody. She's just invincible.
Yeah, that's the joke. With Squirrel Girl is also kind of a joke character.
I mean, yes, Squirrel Girl, and that's why people like her.
But I wonder if they'll add Gwenpool
angle anyway.
I wonder if they'll add Gwenpool to this game.
I mean,
sure.
Jeff's here, I don't see why.
I feel like Gwenpool's a bit niche to throw in, but then again, they did add Penny Parker.
Well,
So
Penny
that's
Parker
because
Howard.
you animate.
They should add Howard the. They should add Howard the Duck.
That would be hilarious.
Yes, he's obscure, but he's also funny. But it would also be funny.
They put in Jeff the Land Shark. They can put in Howard the freaking Duck.
So close. This is your big chance.
But why would you want me?
Must save the world.
Judge!
Now, I like this. Is Ant-Man in here? Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Not yet. They might plan going into
Those two probably. I wonder if it will be Ant-Man or Giant Man or some combination of the two.
Oh, that could be
I can
fun.
see his ult. I can see
Honestly,
his ult,
Ant-Man would be really
working
cool to throw in here.
What about Giant Man?
I mean, that's why Ant-Man would be interesting, because you could do both.
Yeah. Wasp would also be kind of neat to have.
I think they're also
I wonder
planning on adding Ghost Rider soon.
Ghost Rider doesn't need Penance Stare.
I think that is his ult.
Yeah, Ultimate. By the way, I wonder, are they going to add... Oh, I don't know why Deadpool's not here yet.
Because
Well,
Deadpool would literally break everything.
No, I was gonna say, I
He
think the
breaks
way
the fourth wall.
Exactly.
the way I see it is they're not doing like the real hard-hitting characters like Deadpool yet, because I think they want to try to space out
characters.
some.
What if they'll add Doctor Doom?
Oh yeah, he's supposed to be added soon.
I mean, if you're
Yeah,
throwing in the
'cause you have to
Fantastic Four, Doom is a necessity.
I wonder if they'll add in the Big Hero 6. Like the comic version.
Yeah, they can put them in, can't they? Huh.
Technically, they are Marvel characters, even if they are very
Marvel
underutilized
characters.
in the comics.
If
Even
we're
the comic
counting,
version.
if we're counting Marvel comics, does that count Aliens as well? Because I'm pretty sure.
What if they'd add
Pretty sure-
what if they'd add the scroll?
If we don't stand up for what's right,
What would they put in for the scrolls, though? Although,
The original Captain
30
Marvel?
seconds before you attack.
well, that's
Get ready.
for the crease angle on it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you'd want a whole
Skrull
event for
Queen?
Secret Invasion
It's a
versus
strange feeling.
the Kree
It may
invasion.
have
So
just been unthought in your timeline, but to us,
I can also see them add
trust them
Mystique.
for ages.
I haven't led a fighting
That'd be
force
neat.
of this magnitude
How about
since
Charles
the war.
Xavier?
What if I don't live up to your expectations?
There's a lot of
would-
characters that they could use.
How would you do Charles Xavier?
where's half of our team?
2,
Wasn't Obama in the
I wonder-
Marvel comic?
I wonder if they'll do like Jean Grey, Emma Frost. Or, at the very least, if you have Wolverine, you should add Cyclops.
please. Help get that vehicle to its destination.
My claws can cut through almost anything.
There's
There's
a
only
lot of
3 of us in
characters
game. Heck is this?
I don't think I'll do any of the Inhumans. Any of the Inhuman characters.
Would that work?
You think I'm too old for this?
Yeah, Hulk should get a World War Hulk skin. What do you think?
I can take it.
Got us boxed in. Fighting a 5v6 right now, and they've managed to gain the
I wonder if what if DC made a game like Marvel Rivals?
If who?
DC had a game like Marvel Rivals.
Well, they used to have all sorts of games, but wow.
Rocksteady had to do Suicide Kill the Justice League.
Yeah, they had to ruin. Yeah, they honestly had to ruin everything. I mean, you had Injustice. They tried doing a MOBA at one point.
Us against the world.
Technically, we do have
By the way, what did you heard of
Justice League Online.
Why did Blizzard kill Heroes of the Sword? Why did Blizzard kill Heroes of the Sword?
Because they have been trying to appeal for way too many markets at once, and it backfired.
Yeah.
And then they are. Honestly, them killing Heroes of the Storm was the last straw for me.
I wonder what they would do of What have you heard about Dota?
Honestly, I've heard nothing but good things about Dota, but I've also heard that it takes 1,000 hours before you even complete it, which matches my experience with it. So no.
Yeah. By the way, anyone here familiar with? Anyone here? By the way, if you ever watched Digimon, you know they redid the first 3 Digimon movies. They redubbed them with most of the surviving cast. Some of the actors weren't able to get. A lot of the actors passed away, but specifically, Joe and Mimi's voice actor passed away.
Those names are gonna mean nothing to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, who's shooting at us? Oh, hi, Loki. What are you doing here? Get out.
Are you familiar with the actor Joshua Seth?
I do not know who that is.
Okay, fair. Never mind then.
Hi, Cloak and Dagger. Hi, Cloak and Dagger. No, don't take my powers. Go away.
I wonder if they'll add Odin.
I feel like that's a bit. Well, I feel like Odin would make more sense as an event character of some stripe.
What about Galactus?
No, you would have a map on Galactus.
I can see them
Galactus
adding
would be the
Silver
map,
Surfer.
if anything.
Or Surfer, maybe, yeah.
I can see them definitely doing Surfer.
Oh my gosh! 3 HP! Yeah, well. At least Venom's dead. That's all that matters.
Live to fight another day. Stand down!
There's the last Thanos.
I feel like a lot of the big guns would be better as, for lack of a better word, raid bosses.
I wonder if they'll ever do a single player. Is there a single player in Marvel Rivals?
There is not. It is pure multiplayer.
You think they'll add one?
Yeah, it might be worth doing at some point.
Probably not a high priority for them, though. It'd be a massive bill thing if they managed to do it. It'd be a massive bill finger to Overwatch 2.
I think they will. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if they did at some point.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, Overwatch 2 was made since they wanted to do PvE for Overwatch 1. They wanted to do a PvE mode, and then the PvE got cancelled.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got 3 of the missions to come out.
Yeah,
so
and they
got a
yeah.
little bit, but they canceled the rest of it. But recently, there's been talks that they might be bringing it back because the person who canceled it originally was the old CEO, and the new CEO is actually decent. It's not the greatest, but he's better than the old one.
Yeah, that's not a high bar. It's freaking Kotick.
Kotick got enough money to keep Hi-Fi Rush and Tango Gameworks and Arcane Austin alive for 20 years in his severance package.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Yeah, I just remember the old CEO just really just decided to bomb everything just so that he could get a higher pay.
I wonder what's gonna happen with World of Warcraft.
I'm amazed it's still going, honestly.
I think.
Honestly, I feel like they should have ended World of Warcraft and made a sequel because honestly, it's starting to show. It's experiencing massive growing pains from what I understand.
That was what Project Titan was supposed to be before that got shelved and reworked into Overwatch.
Yeah. But maybe they should. If they want to continue with Warcraft, they could have World of Warcraft come to an end, and then they could make a new story where essentially, like the board clean. But that might also be controversial.
Freedom's an idea that will never die.
But, by the way, remember Remember that Switch Online demo that Nintendo made a while back?
Did we ever hear any more from that?
As far as I'm aware.
Because we heard somewhat what they were doing during it, but...
I think that was them trying to test new online features.
Strong together.
That's what I heard.
30 seconds before you attack.
I
Get
think this may
ready.
be.
It's pretty exciting to
What is your thoughts on Bamco, or Bandai Namco?
This isn't a pop
Bandai Namco.
What about them?
Life is complicated.
What do you think of them?
I don't know enough about them to comment.
They're the kings of licensed anime games.
Which is why I don't know anything about them. I don't watch a
And
lot
they
of
made
anime.
Pac-Man.
4, 3, 2.
Oh,
It's going to-
they also make Tekken.
Area. Got it?
More reason for me to not know much about them.
They also make Tales. They also make Tales of.
Which is also why I don't know much about them.
Because you don't play that.
Our adversaries
Didn't they help make the first Dark Souls?
They were the publishers. They were the publishers of most of the Dark Souls series. I also think they're the publisher of Elden Ring. They got bought by Zelda Kaneko, which got bought by Sony. And I honestly, I want Sony wants Bloodborne to
Rocket.
want that. They want Bloodborne on PC, but they won't port that.
That's better.
Anyway, have you ever considered playing a Souls game? Yeah, have you ever considered playing a Souls game?
Maybe at some point, but...
Control lost.
I expect you to dial on them.
I mean, I'd expect to die a lot in them too.
That's the boost
You're kind of expected
I'm not averse to the
die in a
idea,
Souls
I just don't know when I'd have time for it. You should see my
Well,
Fire Emblem
Elden
Engage
Ring
script right now, it's insane.
Hey, you have a lot of games that you can.
Maybe once you finish Engage, you should play another tactics game to cleanse it out of Engage.
That's the plan anyway.
Could also be
I recommend
Devil May Cry.
And DSCQ's on that
Oh, my
Talking to me?
Sorry, I'm talking to the people in the game.
What do you think of, what are your thoughts on the Sims 5 got canceled a while back?
It did?
Well,
I guess there's your answer.
But it got canceled. Yeah, Sims 5 got canceled. They were saying they were working on Sims 5 as rumored to be in development, and I believe it's got a rumor came out that was canceled. But nothing officially was announced, I believe.
Do they need to make a new Sims game? Aren't they all essentially the same?
Well, people are getting tired of Sims 4 and want a new game from the ground up.
That's not gonna happen for a long time though.
Yeah, Sims 4 is 10 years old.
You know what? I know how to get their attention. I'm just gonna stand over here. Come get me, suckers.
Well, what do they
Come
want
chase me.
What would they want
No,
in a
wait.
new Sims game?
Like more similar to Sims 3. What people hear a lot of.
Just have them play Sims 3.
Sims 3 is open world, but they want one that's more modern. They want a more modern Sims 3. People want a new Sims City too. That died.
Well, that's because they had always online DRM for a single player game. And a much more limited single player game.
And there's City Skylines.
Yeah, and then City Skylines ate their lunch and then blew up on its second iteration.
Well, I hear it's not that bad, but it's not as good.
It is not as good from what I've heard. Alright, we need to change things up. How do I want to change this?
You probably would
I tried
enjoy a
this
city builder, Jay.
Is there any team
you
ups
would
that
enjoy
you
it?
could do, Jay? On your team, where you get better?
You know what? Did you hear what happened to Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Oh, that is Claude. Oh.
Did you hear what happened to Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Alright, what was that?
Kind of a similar Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's kind of a similar story to what happened with SimCity.
That I'm actually Loki.
Basically, Roller Coaster Tycoon World was terrible and it came out around the same time as Planet Coaster, which was actually good. I hear the second game and that was good, so they didn't blow it up on their second attempt.
1. I you need to do
Who
is
knows?
capture the mission.
Who knows? Maybe City Skylines will redeem itself eventually.
Smartest thing Banner ever did was make Gamma Belt stretchy.
Did you hear what happened with Mr. Ring 2?
Oh, how its DLC broke everything?
No smashing us now.
Yep. And they made a roadmap for fixes.
Sounds about right.
And people were not happy about that.
Wow.
Oh wait, anyone here play Shovel Knight? I own the Treasure Trove, physical, Switch.
Yeah, you're not getting out of this.
I wonder when we're gonna get a new. I wonder if when we're gonna get a new Bloodstain.
No idea.
What are your thoughts on have you ever thought about playing a Castlevania game, like old school Castlevania? Have you ever thought about playing old school Castlevania? Classicvania?
At some point, maybe.
They are really hard games.
I've heard.
Which Castlevania game is the one where you have to crouch in the corner of one part of the map for a couple minutes?
Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Second game ever made.
Why did
Castlevania 2
If you're just gonna walk up to me, I'm just gonna kill you.
It would probably make more sense in the Japanese version because wonky English translation. Trust me, English translations for the NES era are wonky a lot of the time. Although, funnily enough about it.
I can't believe you're allowed to do this.
Are you familiar with...
Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my game.
What have you heard about Ratchet and Clank?
I've heard it exists, that people like it. That's
I
about
own
it.
the first three. I own the first 4 games that were ever Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, 3 plus Ratchet Deadlock on PS2 these days. I have a working fat PS2, so. I have my Wii, but it's just but my Wii is in storage. The only game you can get on PC is the most recent one, Rift Apart. I wish Sony would port the games to their franchise that they have sequels for onto PC.
Never played any of the Ratchet and Clank games.
Their platformer is kind of like a mix of a platformer and a third-person shooter. It's not like aiming; they have auto aim in those things.
Yeah, the only games I ever played on the PlayStation were Sly Cooper.
Well, those games were it was made by Insomniac. Like Ratchet and Clank. I wish they would make a new Jak and Daxter, but Naughty Dog doesn't seem interested.
Oh, hi, Chito.
What is shark thing with feet?
What do you think of Naughty Dog? I think they've gotten too big for their britches.
Based on how they responded to The Last of Us 2 criticism, sounds like it.
Not even the criticism, I think that just their games have gotten kind of boring.
The battle starts in 5, 4.
Well, I haven't played too many of their games, so I can't comment on them directly.
Well, since they pretty much only make Last of Us and Uncharted style games these days.
Ironic coming from the people who made Crash Bandicoot. I'm not
Crash
sure
Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter. At least Insomniac does more than just. They also made Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're making a Wolverine game as well.
Interesting. You know, I wonder why no one has attempted to make a good Superman game.
They're tempting to make
I don't blame Superman 64 because that game got a lot apparently.
It's okay. Admit it. You need me.
Alright, did you hear what Interplay got sued by Snowblind over the Baldur's Gate about the Dark Alliance engine?
I did not hear about that.
And they made Fallout Brotherhood of Steel for the PS2. The
I learned
actual
Interplay's
worst
still
Fallout
around.
game. This was the last Fallout game by Interplay. It was a PS2 Fallout game that plays like Dark Alliance.
Oh, that thing.
By the
That is the worst Fallout game, even worse than 76. At least 76 has the Fallout, looks like a Fallout game. Despite, even if it is...
76 recently hasn't been bad. It was just
I heard
really
it
bad for the first
I heard it was bad at launch, but I heard it got better over time.
Okay, I should not be able to do this much damage. What's going on here?
What do you think of...
Yeah, that's the same thing that happened to Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was bad at once, but over time, after they got the patches out, it was fine.
By the way, did you hear... By the way, did you watch the other video from the other Soundsmith, like the other stuff from the guy who did the, Man's Guide to the Back Burner? Did you watch his other videos?
Watch whose other videos?
Soundsmith, the guy who I sent the video on Man's Guide to the Back Burner.
I haven't looked at too much of the other stuff. Oh, you think you can
He's
still
done
steal this?
His videos are the Man's Guide. He's done Man's Guide to the Beggar's Bazooka.
Oh yeah, he's done a lot. I just need to dig through his back catalog.
What's funny is about the episode that came out right after Man's Guide to the Back Burner, because he double released Man's Guide to the Back Burner and Man's Guide to the Huntsman. They're back to back. Funnily enough, the Man's Guide to the Huntsman is kind of an inverse version of his normal video, where generally the structure is starts as a tutorial, it gets progressively more crazy, and eventually just everything goes to hell at the end. It's kind of an inverse, where everything starts crazy and ends much more serious. The Huntsman, where it's basically backwards. I like this twist with the Beggar's Bazooka, it's like sniffing glue.
How did I get MVP? All I did was walk up to people and smack.
Hey, Jay, have you ever used the Beggar's Bazooka in TF2?
It's been a long time, I can't recall.
It's the one that basically lets Soldier Infinite rocket jump mid-air.
Probably
You
not
use
fun.
it right. Well, it's how you familiar with Trollger in TF2. Trollger. The one where they use the Market Gardener and the rocket jumper.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there for tonight.
Oh, are we ending the stream now?
Yeah, well, it's almost 10 my time. Been a busy day, so
Yeah.
I should probably call it there.
Yeah. When's the reaction night? I really want that.
Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a very dissatisfying answer. I have an idea as to when I can do it. I do not want to promise it. Just in case something comes up.
I hope the DK video's in there.
It might be. I can't recall.
Oh, I hope the what happened is in there.
I think it is.
And there's also the other Nintendo forecast video. I assume that's going to be in.
What, the Advanced Wars thing? Yeah, that's definitely in there.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream, so we'll go ahead and duck out of the voice chat.
Okay.
So,
Alright, see ya.
yep, thanks for joining me.
I see you.
Alright then, I guess as a quick update as to how things are going, let's see what you can expect for the next week or so. As somewhat mentioned in passing during this stream, I am working to try and, well, I'm just continuing to do the usual, okay, how much can I reasonably do within a given week? I'm still going through that whole spiel. I think I've got a good sense for it now, and because of it, I'm trying to ramp up spending time with games outside of just unwinding with this game or spending a bit of, well, and I'm focusing on, okay, I need to finish going through my managing mode and no overlap run on, well, both those runs on Fire Emblem Engage. So I'm making time to do both, and have made decent headway on that. I do want to try and be consistent on that for most of the next month before I attempt to commit to anything serious, at least as far as making sure before I try and up the streaming schedule or promise anything more. So, as of right now, starting next week, it should be relatively quiet, I believe. There might be something extra if I have time on Thursday, but no promises as of right now. But, for now at least, should just be the usual next week. So we'll be back to usual Xenoblade 2, back to back to that on... Hello, Chito. Gonna join me up here? Alright. Back to the usual Xenoblade 2 on Tuesday, back to the usual Xenoblade 3 on Saturday. And I don't believe there's anything more crazy. Might be something on Thursday, but I don't want to commit to that just yet. I want to see how, well, let me put it this way. I'm working on the satisfactory review for the review channel now that I've seen to this channel as far as response videos. I think I'll probably be bouncing back and forth on that for a while, given the circumstances, although the work required for the video after satisfactory is probably something that can be done alongside some other project, but still. Either way, I'll have to figure out exactly how I want that to look. Still, for now at least, I'm hoping I can get all the audio sorted for the satisfactory review next week, and if I can, I should be able to do something different on Thursday, but till then, we'll just have to see. For now, I guess I'll go ahead and call it there. So thank you all for stopping by, and here's to another however long I've got on this channel. Should be fun. You really want me to end, don't you, cheat though? Are you sniffing at my hand? I'm gonna need to hit the end stream button if you want me to pay attention to you, you know. Alrighty. Enough of me talking to my cat. So,